Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into the final round of the 2016 MotoOption Supercross Series presented by Race Tech Suspension. My name is Kellen Brauer, and joining me tonight we have 2014 MotoOption Supercross Series champion Byron Downen, as well as Motoagogo. So what's going on tonight, guys?
Doing
Absolutely
well.
nothing.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Good to
thank you.
have you guys in the booth tonight. We're going to have a great night of racing, no question about that. 250 West already wrapped up, but the 250 East Championship is still alive, and we'll have a lot of storylines following that. 450 Championship also still alive, so really going to be interesting. And we'll take a look now at this 250 title chase, breaking down the two title contenders that we have left. It's down to Tyler Schmidt and Connor Linz. Tyler with 141 points to Connor's 131. But it's going to be interesting seeing these guys in the East-West shootout. I mean, Tyler has to kind of step up with how fast we've seen Linz be on the track this week. What do you think about it, Byron?
Yeah, I haven't seen much of qualifying. All I saw was lap times, and Lynn's was at a 58, which has my mind spinning. So
Yeah,
I think
that's incredible.
if Lynn's gets out front, it's just going to be Tyler having to sprint as far forward as he can because he needs fifth to win it.
Yeah, and Motoagogo, you have kind of a little bit of a closer connection, I assume, with Connor since he's on that team that you guys are a part of. So what's Connor's kind of mentality going into this night?
He's seemed really I don't know, like he doesn't really seem like he's in the middle of a chase. He's just calm, collected, seems like he's ready to go, knows what's on the line, but I don't know. Like I think we're gonna see a very concentrated Lens tonight, I guess is the best way I could put it.
Yeah, well, as you guys can see, here's the stats on the screen. They have Tyler Schmidt has 2 wins this year, and Connor Linz has 3. So Linz, with a win tonight, pulling it back into the championship hunt, will get it on the tiebreaker. Even if he doesn't win, but he still gets 10 points on Tyler Schmidt, he'll win the tiebreaker regardless. Taking a look at their worst finish, they both have not started a main event this year. You have to go back to Detroit for when Tyler missed his main event, and then Connor Linz DNF'd the main event in Toronto and then did not start in Detroit either. So both of our championship contenders this round not on the line in Detroit. A little bit more experience for Tyler, so that may play into his hands. What do you think about Tyler's experience and how that's going to help him tonight, Byron?
I think Tyler's experience racing in the game in general has nothing to do with what he's going into tonight. I don't think he's ever been in this championship situation besides maybe a local cross series or a Loretta Lynn's. But Tyler definitely needs a top 5, but he should go out there to win. But I think he's feeling it a little bit.
Yeah, I would definitely say so too. I talked to him a little bit earlier this week, and he seems like he was trying to keep the nerves down, but he definitely might have a little bit of that get to him tonight. So let's move on to the 450 championship. We got about 3 minutes to go before gate drop gets underway tonight. Down to Tyson Fresquez and Hunter Root, the Team Volcom teammates. Tyson with 311 points to Root's 300, but Root far and away out in the lead with wins this year, 7-4 against Tyson. What are you expecting out of this one tonight, Motoagogo?
It's I'm hoping for a throwdown. I've always been the type of guy that no matter who it is in points, how close it is, I want to see a battle to the end. You know what I mean? It's close enough that we could have a chance. At the same time, all he has to do is play, calm, collected, and he's got the championship either way. But as we were saying earlier with other people, I hope they throw down and make it a fight to the end instead of laying back a little bit, almost like Dungy-esque in real life. But Dungy still pushed for a great place, but I want to see him go bar to bar for a little bit tonight. I hope to watch a good race.
Yeah, I think we'll be in for a good race no matter what. That 450 class really stacked beside these guys, so a lot of people could win the race. It seems as though Root's championship kind of took a turn for the worse when he did not make it for UID grab in Toronto. Do you think that would be the turning point that we can look at when this championship is over, Byron, that it kind of destroyed Hunter Root's season?
I think so. I think just not showing up on time kind of made that a disaster for him, and then his semi and LCQ that night not even making the main. I think that was kind of what began the downfall. He came back swinging a couple weeks later, but I mean, damage was done already.
Yeah, it definitely took a bite in his championship, and Tyson took the points lead then on that night. I think he finished second in the main event, and he hasn't looked back since. So here we are, final round. These guys are only 11 points apart. It's a 10-point gap in that 250 East Championship. We'll take a look at more of that in a moment, but we also want to bring up right now the versuspc.com Triple Crown standings. We are 2 rounds in of the 3. Daytona and Boston are in the books, and Las Vegas is tonight. Tyson Fresquez enters the evening 2 points up on Dade Honeywell, and Matt Burkeen also in the mix in third. He's only 3 points back. So we'll be looking at that tonight. I mean, there's a lot of titles and different things on the lines tonight that we'll try to keep you guys up to date on as we move through the night. But I think we're just about set to go. We're almost at the hour. So we're going to go ahead
Speaking
and
of
jump back in the
prizes, don't
server.
forget tonight the versus-pc.com East-West shootout.
Yeah.
Pretty expensive prize packages going out to the winner of that race. So
Yeah.
I think Linz is going in with a win at all costs mentality, which really is what he needs to do. But I think there's going to be a lot of other guys with nothing to lose as far as championships go, gunning for that win.
Yeah, I would say so too. And like you said, you brought up those prizes for the East-West shootout. Here they are on your screen. It's roughly $250 worth of prizes put up by versus-pc.com, so you definitely should check those guys out if you need anything for your computer. But the winner of the versus-pc.com shootout tonight has their choice of either picking an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 960, an entry-level Z170 motherboard and DDR4 RAM package, a Corsair H-Series cooler, or an Intel Skylake i5 6600K. So whoever takes home that win tonight is also going to upgrade their computer, it would seem. What do you think about that, Moto?
From somebody that just recently had to upgrade a couple of things here and there to, just make everything put together, it's well worth every dollar you guys put into this. I mean, here's the greatest part. You guys are having a lot of fun. A great series, great sponsor comes in to step up and drop off some parts. Like, yeah, I mean, it's the best of both worlds. I couldn't be happier for the sport. Well, our e-sport, I should say.
Yeah, absolutely. It's awesome that they've stepped in, and also huge thanks to all of our other sponsors that have been on board all year. We'll get to more of those guys later, but I think we are just about set to go. It is we're on the hour right now, so we should get a restart in a moment. Wheels will be grabbing UID for the final time in 2016 for Supercross, the final race of the season here at Las Vegas. The championship's coming to a close, but we don't want to be too somber about it yet because we do have nationals coming up, and we still have an absolutely cracker of a race tonight. So it's going to be some good times tonight. Fun times had by all of us. Good to have Byron and Motoagogo in the booth tonight.
Oh yeah. Don't make this your last plane ticket to Vegas, boys. We got something brewing in October or November.
I'm also excited about AMs on Sunday, too, coming up. That should be interesting. Both. I mean, the best of both worlds. We have Pro and AM in the same week of Vegas, including the real race. I mean, couldn't be a better week.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That AM series is, coming down to the wire as well. Vegas should be the last round unless they decide to do either San Diego or Detroit, I think, were the 2 rounds that AM has missed so far. But if they decide to slot those in afterwards, obviously you guys can always check out those AM races. That's twitch.tv/MotoAgogo. He's joining us tonight, MotoAgogo, in the stream. So you guys need to check him out. He does a great job with those amateur races, and even does some racing of his own in those amateur races.
Trying to. Getting ready for outdoors. Hoping to make it. It'll be my first outdoor season, so I'm really excited about that. Going 125 every race, not backing down, going 2-stroke.
All
every
right.
round.
I like it. I like the mentality. I'm sure our SYS cohort here, Nathan Zaworski, would really like that as well.
Oh, it'll be fun.
All right, so we're just about set to go. It looks like we're grabbing UIDs and getting heat races underway in just a moment. I'm not sure which heat will be up first, but it's either the East or the West. There will be the top 20 seeded East or top 20 seeded West riders into these heat races, which will go for 6 laps. The top 9 will transfer directly into the East-West shootout, and all other runners will go to a East-West last chance qualifier, which we'll see a little bit later on in the evening. So that's going to be interesting to see how that goes down. And yeah, I mean, it's kind of all on the line for these East guys, because if they don't make it out of the heat race, they have a really tough challenge making it out of that LCQ tonight.
Yeah, and I mean, thinking about it with how crazy that East Coast has been, I almost wouldn't be surprised to see one of the title contenders not make it out of the heat.
Yeah, that's very true. I think Tyler gets good starts, but if he doesn't get a good start in this heat race, he could be in trouble. And then Lynn seems to have some trouble off the starts, but his speed always kind of catches him back up. So they should be safe, but there always is that that worry that they may go down and have a tough time getting in. And then they'll go through that LCQ, and if they can't get in through the LCQ, well, then there goes their championship hopes almost. I mean, Tyler, you know, a 10-point gap lead. He could still theoretically win it by missing the main event tonight if Linz has a rough main event, but it's pretty far-fetched to believe that Connor Linz wouldn't be able to pull himself up inside of a 12th place or better position.
Yeah.
All right, well, we appreciate you guys joining us. We hope that we can bring the best broadcast available for you here right now on Start Your Systems TV for the next about 2 hours. It's a pretty long track tonight, so I think we could go about the whole 2 hours. And you guys just sit back and enjoy. We'll get racing started in just a moment. We're waiting for Michael Wheeler to give the command in chat.
So I saw your track walk earlier, as you do every week, Kellen. What are your final thoughts before we go into the race tonight? Like, how do you think racing is going to come together? Do you think it's going to be very stacked? Do you think it's going to spread out a bit, being a longer track? Or do you think it's going to be one of those that's so high speed that as long as you keep the straight line going and not mess up in those gnarly whoops, stay pretty close together?
Well, I think you said it perfectly, Moto. I think those whoops and the Dragon's Back section are going to be the difference maker tonight. I think if guys can stay off the ground and get through those sections cleanly every lap, then yeah, I think we could see some really good close battling. The track is pretty straightforward, nothing really huge or different, but those whoop sections and the Dragon's Back sections have absolutely killed people all week from what I've seen. Lots of frustration there, and that I think will be the difference maker tonight. What's your thoughts on that, Byron?
Yeah, I think my experiences playing the track, that's exactly what I've noticed. I've crashed more in the whoops and off the Dragon's Back than anything. So I think that's going to be a cause of major headaches. And it seems like the whoops are almost way better if you just send it wide open.
Yeah.
So if guys are laying up trying to play it safe through those whoops, that might kind of come to bite them, kind of like what happened to me in 2013 Seattle.
Yeah, well, they're a very unique set of whoops. Their first kind of whoops that we've seen this year, where there's ruts on either side of them, and there's some guys that I've seen that ride like either right on the bales so that they stay on the smooth, higher level of ground, and then they just kind of blitz the whoops on there, or they try to get into that rut. But either way, like you said, you can't slow down because the whoops are very steep. They have steep faces on both the front and back sides, so you have to be right on top all the way through, or else you're going to have some troubles there. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see how they get through them.
And I think, speaking to the 250 class, watching the troubles that guys like Linz and Schmidt have had getting through to main events out of heat races, that's with 10 of the top qualifiers. So I would say the field is about half diluted in those heat races. And here, it's the 20 fastest guys.
Yeah.
So that's actually going to be really interesting to watch.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be a very interesting, much anticipated night of racing here, I think. And it looks though we may be having an issue with the scripts, is what I would be guessing. If it's taking wheels this long, you may have had an issue seeding those guys into the heat races and then it programming for
yeah, especially with the new format. I was thinking that myself. Yeah, that it might just have a small hiccup, but you know, it's things happen. No big.
Yeah, well, I mean, in the past, you know, we've had these races where the main events, East and West main events, would start the program, and those were running pretty smooth. I mean, Byron, can you remember any hiccups that we've had at Vegas before? I don't think we have. It's usually been a pretty smooth program.
Yeah, no, I don't remember hiccups at really any Vegas, but 2013 definitely was Wheels hosting it differently through the hosting page, but the past couple years it's just been through these new scripts that Wheels has had, so everything should be all good, but yeah, I'm not sure. Be interesting to see.
Yeah, well, we're just kind of waiting it out here in booth. Byron Downen, 2014 MotoOption Supercross champion, and Motoagogo, the amateur Supercross live streamer, also a full-time live streamer. You guys got to check him out on Twitch. Joining me, Kellen Brauer, in booth tonight here on Start Your Systems TV, and we're very glad to have you guys. We should get racing kicked off in just a moment here. We're just kind of, like we said, waiting on Wheels to get things sorted with his scripts, and we should be good to go. What else have you guys got on your mind this week? What's
One last little shout out I guess we could do.
Yeah.
We decided to push St. Jude round 3 back one more week since, a lot of Vegas stuff and DM series ending and everything else. I know a lot of people had stuff on their plate, so we decided to push it one more week. So we're actually racing Friday the 13th, and we're asking you guys at our racing, make fun skins. Make like a Halloween style scary skin for Friday the 13th. Should be a fun event for the kids, so we're going to be doing that.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I really that's one of the cooler things that I've ever seen in Sim that you're doing there with that St. Jude Children's Hospital race that you got going there, donating to the Children's Hospital, which I think is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, we actually
great work for
we
you,
raised
so.
$1,150 for St.
Wow.
Jude just from Sim, which is crazy. So everybody came together and did a great thing for a bunch of kids. So.
Yeah, that's huge, and kudos to the community for stepping up, and obviously to you for, taking the time out and hosting those races and doing that whole month for St. Jude that you've been doing on Twitch. It's just awesome stuff, and yeah, I mean, from us and everybody, we really appreciate the work that you're putting in with all
Oh,
that.
gladly. It was the least I could do. We did it last year, and being a part of Sim now, I was like, you know what? Let's make a fun race series out of it. And then it was cool that we had like the biggest track builders out there, like every friend from Checkers, Perry, Shyman, and Lynch came together, and 4 rounds of the best tracks out there. Just a small little donation. I mean, can ask for more. It was a lot of fun. So had a couple of hiccups, but it was worth it.
Yeah, well, I mean, tracks like that and a series ran like that with a great cause, it's definitely a can't beat combo, I would say. So definitely you guys should check that out. If you hit up forums.mxsimulator.com, it's stickied on the top of any thread that you click on, so you can go to General Disc or Media Room or even Racing, and it's stickied right up there at the top. St. Jude Children's Hospital Race for the Kids, hosted by Motoagogo. Great stuff, and a must check out race series. As you said, Friday the 13th, round 3. That's going to be some fun stuff.
Oh yeah, and then we'll finish round 4. And for anybody out there that wants to donate late, if they decide to, St. Jude's charity thing is open until the 31st. So you still have all month if you guys feel like later to toss anything in. So.
Right on, right on. So definitely, guys, you should check that out, and hopefully we'll see you guys at that race there on Friday the 13th. And taking a look now in chat, doesn't look like we've seen any updates from Michael Wheeler. So
Yeah, just
kinda
random
kicking
chat
around here.
though.
Yeah, random
I
chat.
voiced my displeasure.
We all need to get some popcorn together and sit back and watch chat for a little bit.
Yeah, well, I mean, while we have a little bit of time right now,
I
guess
kind of have this to say about the way the race is being hosted tonight.
while we have some time to kill around here while we're waiting, I mean, what do you guys think? We've seen a very strong East Coast series this year. Obviously, the championship's still alive in that one. And then on the other hand, the West Coast absolutely dominated by Jeremy Seabolt. What do you guys think is kind of the stronger coast going into this main event tonight?
That's
one.
interesting. Yeah, that's actually a really tough one.
You want to talk about top guys or strongest depth of field?
Well, that's the
Exactly,
thing. Is
yeah.
that, like, do we think Jeremy Seabolt is the class of the 250 field right now?
I think speed-wise, Linz.
Speed-wise,
But-
Lance. Okay.
I think there's several Western riders that are going really fast.
Yeah, well, that's kind of
And
what
I
I'm
think-
thinking. Is that it seems like you said, Linz is outright fastest, but he has a tough time staying on 2 wheels more often than Seabolt and some of those other guys have. And we look at some of the guys on the West, like a Clement Lana or a Matt Cromie, who have been around the game for a little bit now. They're more experienced than Linz and Tanner Rogers and some of these newer guys that we've seen on the East. So I think, like, experience-wise, obviously there's more going on the West, but maybe speed, like you said, on the East, it's a very tough balance.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts, Moto?
Honestly, it's the hardest toss-up. I don't know. It's one of the few nights where even though one side or another has been great all year and everything else, it's that one race where we're throwing the biggest wrench in the works, and it's going to change everything. So even
All
though
right.
they're, like either side, I'm thinking East right now, honestly, but there's so much to gamble tonight. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, well,
On the
hopefully,
line right now, 450 Heat 1.
hopefully in less than 2 hours, we'll know exactly which coast is the better coast. But yeah, like Byron just said, we got 450 Heat 1 loading into the gate right now.
East Coast is toast.
We are set to go here in Las Vegas. We hope you guys have a good time with us tonight. Byron Downen, Kellen Brauer, and Motoagogo in booth. And we're going to have a fun time. 450 Heat 1 set to go. It's time to go racing in Las Vegas. as JLV moonwalks right across the front of my screen.
Never get tired of it.
I'm currently sitting on Kyle Robb, who is on the all the way outside gate.
Ooh, he's all the way out there. Gates down. And it looks like a good start from the 16 of Tyler Crane, and it is. He gets the MotoOption hole shot there through the tunnel, all the way out of the back of the stadium. It's a big 270-degree left-hand turn, and Crane ripping around, almost gets into the tough blocks.
Crane, little knife in the corner there.
Yeah, scary stuff. And Crane leads him back into the stadium over Honeywell, Turley, and Like. It's the top 4 out of this heat race. 6 laps. All of the runners that don't finish inside of the top 4 will be going to the semi-races tonight.
Big pileup towards the back of the pack. Sadly, Luke Heberlein getting to be a part of that, sitting back in 11th.
There is Luke Heberlein. Looks like we have neither of our championship contenders in this one, as we see Matt Burkeen here on the 8. He was eliminated last week from contention, but we don't see Root or Fresquez.
This title chase for Birkin was like his Supercross career. It was done before it even started.
So Crane leads him over, lap 1 in the books. Honeywell giving chase with Turley right up in the mix, top 3 sprinting away from the rest of the pack.
We got a roadblock in P4, it looks like. I just watched Hoffman cross-jump his way entirely through the rhythm before the finish. And then I watched him basically roll down the middle of the whoops.
Yeah, and Crane just dumped it with the lead, so he's back into this battle. That moves Honeywell up to the front spot, but like you said, Hoffman sits in the 4th and final transfer spot, but he's got Matt Burkeen hot on his heels here. Burkeen looking to the inside. Nope, thinks better.
After so far watching even just a little bit of this and riding the track all week, I cannot wait to see the real-life pros take that long sweeper turn outside the stadium. That's going to be amazing to watch.
Yeah, that stuff is
I
always
can't
very
wait to see them on the Dragon Back to Dragon Back section. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, so we just saw those guys work their way through the Dragon's Back section. We got 2 upward Dragon's Backs followed by a downward Dragons, and it's a very tricky section. It's almost treated as a rhythm section with how big the whoops are on the face of them this week. But interesting to see how that works out this evening.
Oh, are we back? All right, boys, my internet just cut out for a second.
Byron's internet cuts out as Honeywell leads them back into the stadium here on lap number 3 of 6. Turley, Crane, and Burkeen inside of the top 4, trying to get away from the rest of the field. And Burkeen is going to get the pass done on Crane. Well done, back into the stadium, gets him off the ski jump.
Yeah, it was a great drag race from them, too.
Crane looking to survive.
Timing is all messed up.
After his early lead, Crane's gone backwards. He's in 4th now, and he's got last year's national champion, Jesse Mullins, creeping up. Of course, we talked a little bit about outdoors at the beginning of this program, but outdoors kicking off 2 weeks from tonight. Hangtown will be race 1, and this guy right here on your screen, number 9, Jesse Mullins, looks to defend his national title. If he can do so, he would be the first ever in Race Factor Gaming competition to defend his 450 Gaming national championship. And he just passed Crane, who yarded in that last whoop section. So he's in the 4th and final transfer spot now.
And Crane had the race all together and just sadly thrown it away.
Yeah, Kyle Robb in 5th place now. Out of the outside start, I watched him go around the berm and basically just pile drive into the pack, kill everybody. Back up to 5th as we make our way through lap 4.
Yeah, it looks like Turley may have just gone down.
Yeah.
He's down inside of those Dragon's Backs. And here comes Robb. He's going to get the spot. So Turley outside looking in. Robb now moves to 4th. Robb looks to be on the move too. He's getting that section pretty smooth, tripling in and then triple the 353, triple the Supercross, triple just fine. Looking smooth. Got 2
Dane
laps
Honeywell's
to go.
fastest lap, a 1:01.9. Matt Burkeen just ran a 1:01. Fastest lap of the race.
So Burkeen now 2nd, starting to close in a little bit on Honeywell. Maybe too little, too late at this point. But he's trying. Giving it the old college try is Matt Burkeen.
And Turley looks pretty solid trying to get going again. Sadly, 1 spot out, but yeah, anything could happen still. He's charging.
Honeywell enters tonight 8th in points. He's still within fighting range to get up to 6th in the championship.
Also in contention for the versus-pc.com Triple Crown.
Very true. Looking to start off his night just right here. He's also still looking for his first career Race Factory Gaming 450 main event win, which would be a huge thing for the 2015 250 West Supercross champion.
How crazy would it be to watch Honeywell and Burkeen battle for the 450 win like they did in the shootout last year?
Yeah. Honeywell.
No, it wasn't the shootout last year.
It was in their main event because Honeywell and Burkeen were going down to the end with that championship in the 250 West last year. Now they're both rookies in the 450 class. They are pulling away from the rest of the field, and Honeywell looks really strong here tonight in Las Vegas. Let's see if Burkeen does his patented front flip. Nope.
Nope. I was kind of surprised.
So Honeywell gonna bring him down and take the win here in 450 heat number 1. Burkeen looks solid in 2nd. Mullins has moved up to 3rd, and Rob is still there in 4th. So these guys should be all good to go.
Yep, Matt Burkeen, first person on the night to drop a lap time under 1 minute with a 59.4 last lap. Oh, Rob!
Oh, he got sketchy in the whoops at the end.
Almost died.
Yeah, I was actually thinking in the back of my head, I was like, wow, I'm kind of surprised to see nobody have a problem in the whoops, and just as I'm thinking that, it gets a little bit of a buck.
So far we got Honeywell, Burkeen, Mullins, Rob in the transfer spots, and Turley is about 7 seconds, I apologize, back. So likely not getting into the main out of this one. He'll have to go through the semis. Reed Young, Travis Hoffman, Michael Gonzalez, Race Carlin having a rough go of it here. Jacob LaRoche, Tyler Crane after leading early, way back. The Colonel, Luke Heberlein, also not having a good heat. Peter Like, Nathan Zaworski. Ends up a lap down and still has not finished. Rough go of it for Nate.
Oh, guy.
And only 16 runners in this, but that's good, because when I saw last night, there was only 20 people signed up. So that means that we have about 32 to 30 people signed up for these races.
Not sure what it is. My internet is being exceptionally bad tonight.
Byron Downen with the potato internet.
Yeah, straight out of Brazil.
I want to give a quick shout out while we have a moment to thank everybody that's tuned into the streams this year. We now have our 3rd highest total viewers on a live stream going down right now, up to 105 live viewers, which is absolutely awesome. Always good to have you guys live and in here with us tonight. Of course, if you don't want to watch live, or if you're watching this back already on our YouTube playback, you can catch all the action replayed on youtube.com/startyoursystems. We have the full live stream archive up tomorrow morning from this Las Vegas Supercross. Just in case you missed anything, or just in case you wanted to relive all the thrilling action from that first 450 heat, which was rousing.
Might have to take a fire hose to the live stream app before we upload it, because she might be a burner.
It's lit.
Okay, I wasn't gonna take it that day, but okay, now that we're there, yeah, it's gonna be lit, fam. As A. Tom Holm would say.
Got a question in chat. What is the record viewers on our live stream? Well, we actually broke our record. It was initially 190, and that was from last year's Anaheim 1. This year's Anaheim 1, 245 live viewers, which was awesome. It usually happens that way with Anaheim. You get everybody hyped up for the series, and everybody maybe hasn't seen the broadcast or something before, so they show up for the first time and either are pleasantly surprised or bitterly disappointed. But either way, that's how we usually get most of our viewers at Anaheim 1.
Same with Hangtown.
If they were on Stop Your Systems, they would be very happy, not very disappointed as they are with Start Your Systems.
Yeah, it
put
was the
a
same with
stop
A1
to those
for
systems of hate.
For amateur, but also outdoors, though, usually round 1 we get a pretty big turnout. So hopefully we'll both have a good one for Hangtown.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Hangtown, people are stoked on nationals, so I think you're right that we'll get a little bit bigger turnout. So hopefully that works out. But in the past, Hangtown hasn't been the biggest seller for us.
But I'm excited for it. I'm ready for outdoors.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
everybody's
yeah.
kind of ready for outdoors. Maybe except our title contenders tonight. Everybody's ready to move on.
That's true.
So we got 450 Heat 2 lining up in the gate right now. These guys, again, will go for 6 laps. Top 4 transfer to the main event. All the runners to the semis. And we have Fresquez and Root lined up next to each other in this one. Fresquez forgot to put his red plate on. Hopefully he'll do that before the main event. JLV moonwalks his way off the track, and we are set to go. It's 450 Heat 2 from Las Vegas. And a good start.
Neither title contender pulls a start.
Ooh, Fresquez and Root both actually down in the first corner. Andre Santos comes out with the whole shot. He's riding for Team Meta, which is interesting because I believe he was on TM Factory, not TM Factory Racing, I apologize, EMC Concept Graph TM Racing last week. So new team for Andre Santos going into the outdoors. Jeremy Smith sits second. Bronson Gasparian making his final race in Race Factory Gaming competition.
Tyson taken out again in a big pileup.
So Root finds himself in a much better position right now than Tyson, who sees himself struggling to get going there. Of course, these guys don't necessarily need to make it out of the heat race. They do have a semi and a last chance qualifier to get through. But it is a little bit more helpful to get a better gate pick. Although it's a very short start this week, so...
Yeah, everybody bunches up, especially since it's a 90. Everybody tries to hug the inside, but then they fade out as the one hero comes around the outside, kills everybody.
Yep. That one hero, this one, he wasn't from the outside. He was actually from the inside, but he just pushed everybody wide. Andre Santos still leading this thing. Jeremy Smith is trying to reel him in, though. Working lap number 2 of 6 in 450 heat number 2 at Las Vegas. And Smith stands it up in the versus PC bales. He's faced the wrong direction, and he gets going still in second. Bronson Gasparian a little ways back in third. As I mentioned just a moment ago, Bronson Gasparian says that this will be his final Race Factory Gaming race of his, quote, career. Not too sure what he's got planned after this, but I'm sure whatever it is will be awesome. Always does some great quality work. His dad, the owner of Tagger Designs. Bronson, pretty good racer in sim himself, but he's under attack here from Jack Haley on the 32, and then Root's right behind him.
Yeah, Root sneaking up there. Oh, that pass, though, by Haley.
And Root trying to do the same around the outside. He's going to cut it back underneath, maybe. Nope, Bronson blocks the inside line well. Got the defending champion all in his mirrors right now.
They better watch out because they got Ryan Mahan
Whoa!
coming in. Oh!
Gasparian high sides into the Davalos bales. Let's see how long he's stuck in there. Nope, pops it right out. Here goes Fresquez by. He's in 7th now, it looks like. No, 6th.
6th. Oh, Tyson!
Yeah, Tyson had a huge nosedive on that. I'm surprised he rolled out.
I just noticed he jumped all the way to the top of the second Dragon's back.
Yeah, I've heard that.
He's on some sort of mission right now as Jeremy Smith jumps off the finish line in second.
I've heard from a couple people this week talking about it that there is a possibility to hop off that first Dragon's back all the way over the second one and then jump out of the section, which seems kind of crazy, but the aliens have proved me wrong before.
I feel privileged to be one of those aliens at some points, and I would probably defecate things that should not be defecated if that happened and I witnessed it.
We got a battle for the lead going on right now here on lap 4 as Jeremy Smith is closed right into the back of Andre Santos. Smith,
yeah, I'm on board with Smith right now. Crazy
to
watch.
The inside. Dualies a little bit. I'll take a shot for that over the Supercross triple and Smith.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I'll have to get mine in a little bit.
Nice smooth block pass from JS4 to the inside. He takes the race lead away from Andre Santos. So Smith now leads the race. Your winner from 2 rounds ago at Foxborough.
Fresquez is on the move in 6th right now.
He's got to get to his teammate Root to transfer to the main event, although Root might be going after Jack Haley here. And then Mahan and Fresquez also right there behind him. Man, Root is ripping the sweeper. I really want to see Fresquez go through the sweeper one lap, though.
Fresquez's line through the sweeper almost looks slow because he checks up before the second apex, but then he just hammers all the way out of it.
Yep. Fresquez, one of the better flat track riders I've ever seen in this game. And
the YouTube video he put up was nuts.
Yeah. Oh, Jack Haley almost into the back of his teammate, Michael Wheeler, who's going a lap down, and Root is closing right in here. And
Tyson getting around Mayhem.
Oh, to the inside, puts him on the
Fresquez.
ground. Good call, Motoagogo. Tyson got to the inside of Ryan Mahan there. Now he's up to 5th, and the white flag is in the air. And Root around the outside of Jack Haley. Does he get it done to the inside?
Can I go
this
ahead
corner?
and call 100?
No.
Is that Smith right in front of them?
Yeah, so Smith must have went down. Let's take a look. Fresquez, like you said, apexing the inside and flat tracks his way out. A little rough, but still smooth. He's right there. So it's
Can I go ahead
Santos,
and call a
Smith, Haley,
100 route
Root.
takeout on Jack Haley right now?
Perhaps.
Oh, Tyson's right there.
Oh, does Fresquez get dirty to keep his teammate out of the main event from this heat race? Oh, Root is sideways. He's going down. It's over. Root is over the bars. So Fresquez is going to the
pull
main.
the card.
Yep, Mahan is going to get around Root right there. The nail has been slammed into the coffin.
Meanwhile, surprise,
Honor
surprise, Andre Santos has won this opening heat race. Smith, Haley, and Fresquez are going with him to the main event.
Wow. Amazing race, though. It's kind of what we wanted to see later tonight, but hey, I'll take it any race.
Yeah. So that means that Root, entering tonight 11 points down on his teammate, Tyson Fresquez, is going to the semi, and his teammate Fresquez is not. So Root's got an uphill battle from here. Behind Fresquez in 4th, it was Mahan, then Root, Dupuis, Gasparian, Armstrong, Berg, Holm, Fowler, Roberts, Oakley, Callaway, Wheeler, Barrington, and myself in warm-up mode. All right, guys, it's just about time to get
already
nervous.
calling for an RFing limit as he was behind Jack Haley, who has a little bit of lag to him.
Yeah, Root's been very vocal these last couple weeks. He went for the pass on the win last week on Jeremy Smith. Maybe a little ambitious, but he tried it. Smith shut the door. They both went down. Root ended up 3rd, and Fresquez won that main event. Would have been a 4-point gap if Root finished 2nd, but it's an 11-point gap now.
Oh,
And,
here we go, boys.
Root was very outspoken against Jeremy Smith last week.
I'm going to go completely against Hunter in that situation and say he should have checked up, because Jeremy shouldn't give up the race win just because Hunter's a championship contender.
Yeah,
That would defeat the purpose of racing.
I would have to agree with you there, Byron. I think that Root should have stayed in 2nd, just got the points that he needed to go into Vegas closer. But
Looks like we're going to have a red flag. Don't mean to cut you off. A red flag on this first race up to 15 laps, so it looks like they're going to reset laps
All right.
on.
red flag, as Motoagogo just called, and this is going to be the 250 East class. So Lynn's on the 31, Schmidt on the 94. You guys saw them
in the carnage.
You guys saw them in opening ceremonies. And interesting, I saw Schmidt on that gate. Picked a far inside gate. He's usually a pretty good starter. He may be just trying to play the safe game this week and let everybody yard it into turn 1.
Man, that far inside is a make or break.
Yeah, definitely. But Lynn's was down, I think, in the first corner, so could play into Tyler's hands if that happens again, but we're about to find out. Should be another red flag, because this is not 6 laps. Yep,
It
another red
says
flag.
5 on mine. I don't know. I guess, yeah, there we go.
Another red flag.
People are leaping out in the start.
Some of these 250 guys are making me so sad they can't even get over the gate. So there's Schmidt way on the inside. He gets good jumps, and then he just kind of shoves it in there. And That could play into his hands. We'll see. Looks like Linz was down in turn 1 for a second time, so we're getting an idea at least of what's going to happen on this start.
Really excited about this, though. I can't wait to see the East-West. It should be a lot of fun.
Will this actually be 250 Supercross Heat 1?
It should be. There's 6 laps.
6 laps, 21 riders on the gate.
Want to take a look at... Oh, Linz is now far inside.
Connor Linz stole the inside gate.
All right, here we go. This is it. Schmidt versus Linz. They have to get into the main event to keep their championship hopes alive, and Linz has the inside gate, and he shuts the door on Schmidt, and Linz gets cleaned out by, that must have been Brian Berg, I think, on the 574. Linz is down in turn 1. He's still not going just yet. There he is. He's way, way, way back, but Schmidt didn't really get the start either.
Dylan Copeland with the whole shot is all that's going on back there with Colton Mitchell and Usyk right behind him.
Yeah, those far inside gates are a boom or bust, and it was a bust for both of our riders on the inside as Tyler Schmidt is down.
Uh-oh, Schmidt down after the
Facing
Supercross
backwards.
triple. Now Linz finds himself in the 14th spot, so both of our title contenders are outside looking in now, and there's riders going down everywhere as Linz has just picked up a couple more spots there. Looks like he's going to get passed again, though, by Edward Mora.
Quick top 5
it's
rundown
all over
for
the
you guys.
track.
Is all that's going down. Copeland, Mitchell, Usyk, Blakely, and Mills right now your top 5.
All right, so Linz back here. Schmidt 2 more spots behind him as they go through the whoops. Oh, and Batchelet's down. Batchelet's down, and Schmidt goes around him. As you said, Linz just went down right before the finish line jump. It looks like, yeah, he's on the face there, so he's just getting going. At this point, neither of our championship contenders are going to make the dang main event.
Wow. So is there a possibility of another rider to come in and win the championship in the case of Schmidt and Linz missing?
No, they've closed it out from the rest of the runners. If Linz doesn't make the main event, Schmidt is title locked up right there. So.
Oh, Copeland almost going down our leader. He wheel tapped through the little triple before the big triple and almost went over the bars.
So Copeland has a heap of riders behind him, including Colton Mitchell, Nick Usyk, Chase Blakely, Daniel Mills, all these guys looking solid to get through into the East-West shootout. A lot of prize money on the line here for these guys. Prize is worth a lot of money, I should say.
Tyler Schmidt has Linz's teammate right on him.
That's Chase DeSalle, not Linz's teammate, but yeah.
No, that was the number 80, Tanner Rogers, but Rogers messed up.
Rogers and Linz are both down in the whoops.
Teammates together down.
And there's more piling into Linz. He's still not going. He's finally going as more riders get tossed off the track, and Linz over the line now again. He's in about 16th.
Tyler Schmidt has 3 positions, and they're all kind of in a little train there with a couple more.
Mitchell digging for the inside on the lead pass, doesn't get it, going to the triple.
Copeland running a great defensive race out front, and he just
he lets him by.
Yeah, lets him go. I think Usyk slides out in the background. I think Copeland is just content with making it to the main event and having a shot at those versus-pc.com prizes tonight for that East-West shootout winner. Just make it in is some of these guys' mentality.
Speaking of make it in, Tyler Schmidt into 9th.
There it is. So Schmidt would now make it in. He's just got to be smooth here. It's going down the middle of the whoops from what I could tell right there.
Yeah, that's a nuts line on the 250, 125. I've been dealing with it all day. I had to go either side, never the middle.
Yeah, that's.
Don't know how he's pulling
That's very incredible because if you just slip up just a little bit, you fall into either of those right or left side ruts, I should say.
Crazy line, but no problem for him.
Right now, he's got 3 laps to go, less than 3 laps to go. He's got PV, DeSalle, Charlie Way, Ivan Medina all pretty close. And we go back even
Connor
further.
Linz still in 18th place.
Yeah, Linz is not looking good here. He's going to have to go to the LCQ at this point. And
tonight with the LCQ as stacked as it is, you do not want to be in there.
Yeah. Could this be perhaps the inexperience of being around this game long enough or in this title fight perhaps playing into the hands of Tyler Schmidt a little bit. As we talked about earlier, years of experience. Lynn's only just finishing up his first full year of professional racing. Tyler Schmidt is on his 5th year of professional racing. I think that could play in
I
a little
think,
bit.
well, that could be a factor. Ooh, they're piling up in the whoops. But, ooh, you know what? I don't think Linz is out of this just yet. He's got a lot of riders in front of him with 2 laps to go.
Yeah, but I think Tyler's still on the final transfer spot, and he's already back into the stadium before
Tyler
Linz.
Schmidt is in. Brian Berg is 9th.
Oh, okay, there you go. So Berg coming back into the stadium, then Way in 10th, DeSalle 11th, Reed 12th, Medina 13th, Rogers 14th, and then here's Linz in 15th coming back into the stadium. He's got 2 laps to get into this main event.
Yeah, 9th place is just coming through the Dragon's Back sections right now, getting really sketchy in the process. But Schmidt doing everything he can to break away from Berg as a failsafe, and it looks like he is doing just that.
And if you look ahead to that lead by Colton Mitchell right now, just absolutely stretched off the field.
Yeah, Copeland dropping back a little bit. Want to just say a quick apology that I said Brian Berg may have been the guy that got into Linz on the start there. I think that was actually the 572 of Troy Jackson.
It was Troy Jackson. I can see the Fact Edition KTM that Jackson is riding.
All right, white flag. Looks like Schmidt should be good to go here. He's in 7th. He just got around Fred Heather. One clean lap, and he'll be into the main event. Linz will have all the pressure in the world on him.
Yeah, Linz's championship hopes right now are hinging on these next 5 laps of his life.
Yeah.
Oh, into the hay bales.
Meanwhile,
Wow, how did he just not blow that corner?
Colt Mitchell
And
is your
winner.
West Heat,
Takes a
or
win.
sorry, West East Heat winner. Heat 1 of the 250 class, the East Heat. Copeland
With a
second.
blazing fast 1015 lap time.
Daniel Mills 3rd, Chase Blakely 4th, Nick Usick 5th, Josh Williams 6th, and Tyler Schmidt is going to the main out of 7th.
And barring a large pile up in the whoops, it looks like Brian Berg is going to get through clean and make the main event.
Yep, Lynn's not going to the main event, and he'll have at least 7th or 8th gate pick for that LCQ, which isn't ideal.
It'll be at least 7th. It will be 7th or 8th. I'm thinking 7th because this was Heat 1.
Well, it depends on what the faster heat is, though, because that's how the scripts work, at least.
Really, the script's actually able to do it by
because
faster
they get
heat?
it off of TRT.
Sick.
Yeah, so we'll have to see. It looks like TRT from this one was 6:19.
Yep.
So we'll take a look at the TRT in the next heat and base it off of that one. Linz again, 13th. So it's Berg, Heather, Schmidt, Williams, Usick, Blakely, Mills, Copeland, Mitchell to the main event. So Schmidt, big name out of that one in this championship hunt, already stamped his ticket to the main event. It's all the pressure now on Linz to go through out of that LCQ. Whew.
All we wanted a crazy night of racing. We already got it.
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
yeah.
All right,
Here we
250 West heat race coming up next. This will be 250 Heat 2, but it features exclusively the West Championship riders. Should see the 1W of Jeremy Seabolt in this one.
There he is. He is P11 on my screen.
Well, he's P loading bikes on my screen.
Yep.
So we're just kicking back here. There we go. Jeremy Seabolt, P11. JLV turns the board sideways. There is that beautiful number 1W machine of Jeremy Seabolt. 250 West Heat underway here in Las Vegas. Oh, good start from, looks like one of Chase Donovan's teammates, Zoe Cross on the Moto Chasing team. Oh, he slides out in the sweeper. He takes, that was Taylor Bell, yeah.
Looks like Heckman, though. One of the good friends of mine out front.
Alex Heckman rips the whole shot. Heckman, is this his first pro race?
Yeah, it's his first pro. Not only that, making it in on Vegas and getting the holy. So let's see if he can hold it together tonight.
How about that, Alex Heckman?
Shout out to my buddy out there, A Heckman too, for most of you know on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chase Donovan, Sally Slow-Mo himself, holding it down in second for the Sony FS700 Slow-Mo Racing.
Slow-mo, I have not heard that one in a little while now.
He's got Jordan Foster, and looks like Clement Lana. Yeah, Lana second in the 250 West Championship standings. He's not going to get Seabolt, but he's still right there fighting it out for second with Matt Cromie. Pretty good season. Oh, he's down in the whoops. Big swap immediately entering the whoops.
Yeah.
And here goes a plethora of riders by.
Yeah, looks like
Alex
Holiak by
Heckman
as well.
leading his first row lap ever.
Oh,
Wow.
holding on to it barely though. He's got a couple of fast guys right behind him, Donovan and Foster.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh, and takes Donovan with him.
Heckman and Donovan down, so Foster to the lead. I was just taking a look at where Seabolt was. He's now inside of the top 9, so he will transfer to the main event out of this one if he stays there. So Heckman regroups in second. Then we got Craig Leake, Stefan Guido, Connor Holiak. Holiak back from suspension. He was suspended for a very considerable amount of time after an incident at the second round that I can't recall what, but I know he was suspended. Byron, do you remember?
No. Who is this now?
Connor Holiak.
He was suspended after Budds Creek for being a terrible lapper.
Yeah, but
Ooh,
this year he was
Heckman
suspended
again.
after A2 for 11 weeks. I don't remember what for.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
Heckman, sadly, bad track injury.
Connor
Oh.
Holiak just Ricky
Did you see the big
Carmichael
barrel
90.
roll?
Oh!
They're just stacking up.
Oh, and then poor Heckman trying to get going.
Oh, man. Oh, the humanity.
The whoops are deadly tonight.
No.
Whoops are big, boys. Whoops are big.
So Seabolt now behind Yannick Mueller, Clement Lana, Zoe Cross, Connor Holiak. Interestingly enough, I have like all of these West guys. Dominic Tiberino should not be in this heat. I don't know what's going on here. Somehow, someway, Tiberino was allowed to sign up for 250s this week, but he's pointed out, so he'll get kicked, which is unfortunate because that means that somebody on the West didn't get in because of him. He's also running improper skins, so Tiberino might be on his way to a nice little suspension from round 1 with a couple law-breaking violations there.
If you never want to ruin the first race of another series by being banned off the last race of the series before it.
Oh, as he stamps his ticket to ground right there in the whoops.
Yeah.
Up front, Craig Leake leading the way now. After all that chaos, Russ Chapman finds himself second. Jordan Foster is third. Stefan Guido in fourth. Connor Holiak runs in fifth. Clement Lana in sixth. Jeremy Seabolt, the one dub, in seventh. Taylor Bell, after that early fall, is up to eighth. And Tiberino is ninth, but as we said, he should be getting kicked from this one.
And our poor buddy Heckman leading lap 1 to 17th now after misfortune on the last lap.
Yikes. Oh, Taylor Bell just got set up in the race tech bales. And oh, who is that jumping over them? Hunter Deischer somehow did not clip either of those guys.
Clement Lana is on the ground right
Chapman
now.
one goes down in the whoops as well.
Oh, like you said, Byron, Lana getting, oh my gosh, he got up about as sideways as you can without getting into somebody. Now he's in the last transfer spot with Bryce Whelan all over him.
Oh, Holiak, Guido, and
Holiak
Chapman,
and Chapman
all
are down on the landing of the finish line with Guido.
Whoops, almost bit Tiberino, and they,
Oh, Mueller.
and Tyler Schmidt joining us in chat right now saying that Fro, aka Dominic Tiberino, picked the wrong skin. He also picked the wrong class. Gonna be kicked right out of here trying to run the 250 class when he's already pointed out.
About to get Das Boot.
Das Boot.
Breaking the law, breaking the law.
Seabolt back here looking pretty solid though. Glad to see him still having a great ride after winning his coast.
Yeah, I would say that we talked about it a little earlier that maybe Linz would have been the one of the few guys on the East that could really take it to Seabolt tonight. And Linz has got to make it out of the LCQ to make it happen.
Yep.
So
But hopefully it makes it in. It'll be interesting.
Yeah,
Keep
see-
those points close.
Seabold has come from a pretty far ways back now to get up inside of the top 5 here in the closing stages as Craig Leake continues to lead the way here. White flag is in the air, so we're about wrapped up here. Oh my gosh, Craig Leake almost just got ruined by a lapper. And that lapper is still
another
in the
one.
way.
That was Cale Simrock with Moto Chase and Cody Branson.
I think Cody Branson was the one that messed him up because I have Cimarrock skins. But Craig Leake going to bring it down through the whoops here. He's going to take the West heat race win here. If only it was a main event, Craig Leake. If only. Jordan Foster going to finish up in second. Rush Chapman looks like he's got third on lock. Connor Holiak in fourth. Seabolt ends up inside of the top 5 with a fifth.
Oh, Holiak's down.
Yeah, Seabolt's get fourth after Holiak had an explosion in the whoops.
Holiak is going to get going behind Yannick Mueller. He gets over the line in sixth. And that was Clement Lana behind him. Guido and Tiberino in ninth, but he should get the boot. Kind of waiting on confirmation from Michael Wheeler. I just saw it on a text.
That Tiberino is getting Das Boot.
Yeah, I think so. We will find out. If he does get the boot, it'll be the 3-1-3 of Bryce Whelan going to the main event. And Zoe Cross, Cody Daw, Hunter Deischer, Chase Donovan, Taylor Bell, Alex Heckman, over the line in 15th, Cale Simmerock, Cody Branson, Matthias Janis, Tyler Lewis, Riley Moran, myself in warm-up mode.
Just like that, heat races are done. Let's move into some semi-action.
Oh, just got the confirmation. Michael Wheeler says no, he is not getting kicked. So apparently you can point out of the 250 class and race the East-West shootout. Interesting. All right, well, we are done with the 250 heat races. Next up should be the 450 semis. There they are on your screen. Hunter Root will be in this first one. And Root absolutely needs to make it into this main event tonight.
Yep. Here we go, lining them up. Route 1 in from the box.
He's also on a bike I don't have. So he needs to
Yeah,
make
same.
the,
I was just thinking that.
needs to make it out of the semi here with a top 5 as we're underway, semi number 1. Everybody clean through the start. That's the cleanest start I think I've ever seen. And Crane with another hole shot, so Crane starts are on point tonight. Root will come across the hole shot line in second with Peter Like in third, Doug Oakley in fourth, Jacob LaRoche in fifth, Berg outside looking in sixth, Michael Wheeler is in seventh, Jack Fowler, Michael Gonzalez, and Bronson Gasparian rounding out the top 10. Up front, still Crane though.
Yeah, Root's right on him.
So let's go ahead and go on board with your defending champion. Needs to get into the main event to keep his championship hopes alive tonight. And Crane out of shape in the whoops. Root's going to go to the lead as he leads the opening lap. This is what it looks like to go outside of the stadium, loop around, swing to that outside, hook that rut, then come back down Thunder Alley back into Sam Boyd Stadium.
Has Volcom always run the Thor helmet? That really looks like a Barry logo on it.
That Barry helmet?
Yeah, that's actually a Barry helmet from last year.
It is, yeah. I don't know if they've ran it all year or not. I know that they have been running it every once in a while, but obviously with Hunter and Tyson both being on Team Barry last year, they would still have that helmet, I would assume. So
Yeah.
it matches their bikes pretty well. Obviously, we can't see it right now with Root running on a different skin that we don't have. So Root still leads over Crane, Like, Berg, and Fowler. That's the top 5. This, as I said, a 5-lap semi-race right now. And it's a pretty casual one. I'm kicked way back in my chair right now, feet on my desk.
Gotta love that. Final round of the series, gotta be serious about it, but nah, gotta have fun as well.
Yeah, always got to have a little bit of fun. These semi-races kind of spread out.
We've only taken one shot so far tonight, but you know, it's gotta escalate from there.
Good job reminding me, Moto, because I didn't
Rude, almost throwing it away in the Dragon's back.
I'll do that right now. Root is walking away despite that big mistake he just had on the Dragon's back. Ah. So Root leads. We are now on lap 4 of 5. 2 laps to go here in semi number 1, 450 class. Brandenburg, sorry, his brother Brian is in the 250 class, but Brandenburg just passed Peter Like. OJ'd the crap out of the finish line and got passed right back. So a good battle between these two in 3rd and 4th.
Now Fowler's trying to keep up, not doing too bad back here, but still a bit of a gap.
Yeah.
I think Fowler's just trying to keep it on 2 wheels and get a little bit further away from Michael Gonzalez running in the 6th spot right now. Jacob LaRoche, Bronson Gasparian, Reed Young, Michael Wheeler. Not going to go to the main event at this point.
Damn, internet back at it again, cutting out.
But I wonder what
I always
Mike
get
Reed-
so scared in O2 when I have to reconnect. Because I don't want my mouse to hover over the request restart button, because that would be very bad.
A Root
Yeah,
right now
that's
looking
actually...
solid.
Jesus, Byron. Don't scare us with something like that. Freaking Byron
You don't know
Downen.
how many times I've tried to type server list players and almost typed server restart because I do it so much.
For those of you that don't know what we're talking about, Byron Downen used to be a race host for Race Factor Gaming. Still has power in O2, so he can restart the entire server with one click of a button.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
That would not be good.
Oh, Root almost getting over to the Dragon back like we talked about earlier, hitting just the very top of it. How did he go to the
What
pole?
is a
That was an
corner
interesting
even?
line.
I swear he glitched to the pole there.
All right, Root is going to stamp his ticket to the main event, so good on Root to go ahead and win this semi. Won't be too far outside of... Oh, or not.
Oh.
Well, he's still going to win it because Peter Like is
definitely.
pretty far back. But as I was saying, Root won't be too far outside of his teammate on the gate, or inside for that matter. He will have, at best, 9th gate pick.
He just want to do it in the most fashionable Root way he possibly could. So.
Fashionable Root. I get it.
And Fowler back here. Good to see him actually get the final transfer.
And Gonzalez versus Berg!
Berg
got it by .06! Whoa!
But that was the drag race I wanted. There you go.
Wow, that was a good battle in the whoops.
Oh,
Cuts
man.
could be a factor in that one, though, so we'll have to wait and see. Gasparian is going to get 7th, LaRoche in 8th, Wheels in 9th, Reed Young in 10th, Doug Oakley lapped down in 11th. I'm trying to press my tab key with my foot. Oh, I'm pressing it. There we go.
You're that chilled, aren't you?
I'm just chilled. All right, Root, Like, Crane, Fowler, Berg, and it stays that way. as Gonzalez had just a smidge of cuts, about 0.3 seconds of cuts. Actually, exactly 0.3 seconds of cuts. All right, 450 Semi 2 coming up next. Who we got in this one?
Turley looked pretty solid earlier. You should possibly
We have
make it
Race
there.
Carlin, Jesse Calloway, August Sanders, Travis Hoffman, Adam Holm, James Armstrong, myself from warm-up, Jack Roberts, Luke Heberlein, Ryan Mahan, Zach Dupuy, Nathan Zaworski, Spencer Turley. That is your field in one breath.
And we're underway, and a great start from the 7 deuce deuce. Hoffman, but it's going to be Dupuy ripping the whole shot.
Okay, in light of Indy 2014, can we please penalize everybody that just rode through the bales?
Oh, Byron. You still won the championship. I don't want to hear it.
Damn right I did.
All right, Dupuy leading the way from Armstrong, Calloway, Hoffman, and Holm inside of the top 5. Then Carlin, Turley, Sanders, Roberts, Mahan. This is actually a pretty stacked semi here with Heberlein in there as well. We got a couple guys that are inside of the top 10 in points in this one. We got a former national champion leading the race.
I'd say keyword there is former, just like myself leading anything. Keyword there is former good MX Simulator player.
I did talk to Dupuy earlier this week, and he sounded like he was ready to make a decent comeback for outdoors. 2013 national champion Zach Dupuy. Always much, much, much better outdoors than he is indoors. Man, look at him rip that corner. Armstrong trying to stay with him out here. Oh, Calloway almost got into the bales. He's got Turley and Carlin right behind him. They're all in transfer spots.
Oh, this battle of Mahan getting around Roberts.
Mahan just ran it up the inside of Jack Roberts really hard.
Yep.
And they've got a train behind them. Sanders, Roberts, Hoffman, Holm all in the mix here. These guys are not in as of right. Oh, and then Sanders gets hung up in the corner, takes his teammate Jack Roberts down, and then Zaworski runs into him, and he's down off the triple. Oh, Turley and Carlin going at it over the Supercross triple here. And they've got Calloway right in front of them.
Race Carlin needs to get on his horse and get out of there because Ryan Mahan is a-coming.
Well, I think Spencer Turley needs to do a little bit of that because he's in that bubble spot right now in 5th. Man, this is close action. Carlin almost into the back of Calloway.
Mahan is just absolutely in hunt mode right now. Watching him behind this pack, he's just doing everything he can to get up into transfer.
Go ahead and go on.
Turley looked like he was trying to get a wheel up the inside of Carlin there. Is Turley going to go for the takeout?
Oh, no. Checks up behind him, thinks better of it, but it's going to allow Mahan to close right in, and Carlin has an unorthodox line going there. So Turley gets cut down. Carlin just shuts the door, and Turley is down on the exit of the rhythm section. What the hell kind of line was Race Carlin doing? He ended up in between the Dragon's backs. And he just shut the door.
Oh, Zach Dupuy hit the explosion button in the last whoop or so.
Oh, he's in a tough spot to get up, too.
There goes Jesse Calloway, missing the finish line.
Oh, what the heck? Calloway, he's going... Yeah, he's still...
So,
did he get it?
Spencer, nope. Zach Dupuy is going to be in the last turn. Nope. Yep.
Calloway somehow got the finish line by going up it backwards and then swinging around on the berm. Like, he used it as a berm, basically.
Every once in a while, it reminds us that it's a video game, okay?
I guess. But he's still in transfer spot right now. We got 2 laps to go, and Dupuy has suddenly gone from leading to 5th, with Turley closing in after that fall.
Oh, Calloway is down. Turley's going to reassume the last spot.
Holm is now going to be in 1 out.
So Calloway gets going. Calloway looks to be on a new team this week as well. Riding that Team Verb moto bike, it looks like. Not sure if that's really his bike or not. He's supposed to be on the Motorcycle Superstore team. I think he's also number 142, if I'm not mistaken. But he's number 137 on that bike, so I'm not sure what's going on there. White flag in the air, though. Mahan now leading this thing after being outside looking in 2 laps ago. And he's just throwing
how things
down.
can change in MX Sim.
So Mahan with 2 wins on the season enters the night 4th in the standings.
Little nosedive there in the Dragon's back.
Yeah, those guys are making it look not as easy as you think.
Oh, I thought Race Carlin was about to go for the line. I finally saw a Snapchat video that I had from Matt Birkin about an hour ago. He doubles in the small rollers, doubles to the first 3, and then jumps the 5 over to the triple face, and then doubles out.
All right. As Mahan takes a win, Carlin's second. It's a split fire 1-2. Armstrong in third, and Dupuis just has to get through the whoops clean, and he's going to the main event. Turley tried to beat him to the line, but he's not going to get there. Turley ends up in 5th. He's going to the main 2. Holm out looking in. Callaway has missed the finish line again, so he has to go up it backwards again. Luke Heberlein in 8th, so Heberlein not looking good. He entered tonight 9th in points. August Sanders. Nathan Zaworski is still not up, and he's going to get passed by Jack Roberts, who yards before the finish line, so Zaworski will end up 10th in this semi. Or he'll block Jack Roberts, or whatever he's doing there. I don't know what Nathan Zaworski's doing. So he'll end up 11th. Yep, there we go. And with cuts included, everybody that was top 5 still makes it. Still Turley, Dupuis, Armstrong, Carlin, and Mahan. You guys know what's up next?
LCQ time.
Oh,
Favorite part of the night.
Chris Riesenberg's favorite part of the night. It's the 250 LCQ. Shootout edition.
Yeah, East-West LCQ for that matter. Connor Linz comes in with either the 7th or 8th gate pick, and he has to make the East-West Shootout main event, or it's over. His championship is done. So a lot on the line right here. It's gonna be a good one. By the way, we did a poll. Did a poll earlier on Twitter who you guys thought was gonna win the championship tonight in the 450 class. We're gonna have a red flag in this one, by the way.
Everybody on the Honda.
And they don't force play.
This is gonna be a red flag.
24 riders on the gate.
All right, so you guys voted that Tyson Fresquez was going to win the championship tonight over Hunter Rude. A 72% to 28% poll victory for Tyson Fresquez. All right, so we'll wait for this red flag to finish up.
Connor Linz is in 2nd right now, probably wishing they would just run it.
Nate in chat right now running the Start Your Systems chat log for us, saying all dem 2-strokes, he's pumped, except for they're all Hondas, Nate. I don't know what you're stoked about.
Honestly, I would love to see just like a random exhibition race of everybody on a 125 that signed up for it. Like, just one whole group.
Oh, I honestly kind of miss when we used to do 50 races at these events. When we get everybody on a 50 and do like a couple laps.
We need to do that next year. Have like the KTM Junior Series.
That was kind of what it was.
2 laps.
That's kind of what it was. Yeah, that KTM Junior Challenge. It's
oh, I had to come a little bit later than I should have to the stream idea. But I'm guessing that you're going to be you're excited about doing the pro outdoors coming up here soon. A lot of commentary. Nobody knows for sure any of the details, of course, but if anything, everything goes as it should. I'm betting that you're really excited to get that going.
Yeah, well, we're going to get things kicked off 2 weeks from now, as we said. 2 weeks from tonight, actually, it should be. And Hangtown will be that first race, and it looks like it's going to be all built and ready to go from what I've seen.
Sweet.
So that should be very exciting. Got a lot of different people out there racing. Tyson Fresquez, former champion, will will be out there. Hunter Root, former champion in the, well, actually not former champion outdoors, actually never won a championship. No, he did a 250 championship, sorry. 250 outdoor championship.
Nope, Hunter Root never won a championship.
Oh, he didn't? Oh, okay. What,
He won 250
Burkeen won it
AMs
that
in
year?
2013, but
Did Burkeen win it the year he was in 250s then? Is that what I'm thinking?
Burkeen won it last year. Dennis won it the year that Hunter was there.
Ah, right. Okay, so Hunter Root not an outdoor champion yet, but looking to become one. Jesse Mullins, Zach Dupuis. Maybe, just maybe, we'll see a surprise Alexis Leclerc show up. Every once in a while, we see 2011 outdoor champion Austin Jones show up out of the blue. He showed up for High Point last year out of nowhere.
I don't know if Jones is able to take breaks from taking pictures of stanced cars anymore.
I don't think so either.
Oh, we're 3 laps into this exhibition race.
Yeah, they're just going around right now. All right, here we go. Finally, 250 Supercross LCQ.
Oh, I'm excited.
Should be
I
lined
hope you have
up.
a shot ready next to you. You know how LCQs are. There's usually
yeah.
dualies going.
It's about to be on. 4 laps, top 4 to the main event, and we need to see how Connor Lins does on this one.
Oh, exactly. Yep.
Man, it's so stacked. They got 2 people in the back row. All right.
Well, I bet you they ran heat races at 22, and now it's an LCQ at 24.
Wow.
Oh, that is
yeah,
true.
That's true.
Yep. Let it run. Let's see what happens.
And we're underway. Lins, an okay start, gets squeezed, but he's clean through turn 1.
Heckman
Clean through the
second.
first turn. That is exactly what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, Lins has just got to play it safe as Zoe Cross leads him back into the stadium. He's going to grab the whole shot award here in the LCQ. Heckman in second, so another good start for him. Lins,
Oh, Connor Lins just blew Chase Donovan up in that
yeah,
burn.
that was interesting to see. So now Lins finds himself in a little Connor PV Edward Morris sandwich here.
Yeah, I don't blame Lens at all right now. If anybody was in my way, it's LCQ. You're allowed to barbang. You are not going to be in my way for long.
Yeah, he's got to make the main to keep his championship hopes alive. And he's in the spot to do so right now, but he's on the bubble in 4th. As PV almost jumps off the track. Let's see, does Lins go to the inside here? Yes, he does.
PV lets him by.
Yeah, PV checked up. Through the whoops. Lins is good. Heckman was down, it looked like, on the outside of the whoops, so Lins is now second.
Oh.
Looks like Connor Lins is going to the main event.
I don't jinx him yet. I got a bit of an LCQ.
Yeah,
I haven't
there's
seen anything happen
So
tonight.
a stack of riders still back here. 1 crash from Lins, and he's going back to about 7th. I mean, we saw Heckman. He was second just now. He's already back here with Bryce Whelan and Cody Daw and a few others. And Lins, we saw earlier, had some trouble in the whoops. So we'll see how it goes. Zoe Cross still leading, but he just made a mistake, so Lins goes to the race lead. That is the best situation he could ask for, is a win in the LCQ to get him optimal gate pick, but he would still be 19th gate pick in that East-West shootout, which would probably put him way outside.
Yeah.
People asking about Heckman in chat. Drawn back to 12th again, sadly, so the anchor is real tonight for Heckman, but good to see him make his first pro, so that's pretty cool. Oh, he actually gets about 3 in 1 corner, so it gets up to 9th.
Matt Burkeen's favorite 250 rider, Daniel Batchelet, hanging around in 3rd.
Whoa, he's up in the bales and Whelan almost into the back of him. Got a freight train of riders here, including Edward Mora, as Whelan almost gets, he does get Batchelet on the outside.
Oh, squirrely.
Yeah, Batchelet checked up hard to avoid him, and he actually lost 2 spots because of it. So now PV and Mora are going at it, coming back into the stadium here. Looks like that Honda has a little bit more power top end. That would be
I
gearing
just see
wise.
KTMs.
KTM's everywhere. These guys all running KTM dynos.
Literally every single motorcycle on the track right now is a KTM. The KTM 250 Supercross Challenge.
Sponsored by KTM, ridden by KTMs. Lynn's looking solid out front right now, sitting at a across the line 102. Not a crazy fast line, but enough he needs to do to stay out front right now.
Yeah, so this is going to put the pressure back onto Tyler Schmidt, that Lins is going to go into the main event tonight with him. Schmidt needs a good start. Linz also needs a good start, but Linz is starting much farther outside than Schmidt. About 6 or 7 gates more outside, that would be.
Yeah.
But he did what he needed to do, Connor Linz. He got a clean start, he got a good start. Ended up in a round of 7th out of turn 1, made a couple passes, a couple guys went down. Finally took the lead from Zoacross 2 laps ago. And he's just cruising now. Just gonna take it easy here in this last rhythm section. A couple doubles, maybe triple out here. Yep. There it is. Connor Linz will put it into the main event tonight.
Look at him putting to the whoops too, just in case. I don't blame him.
The 250 East Championship is still alive going into this 250 East-West shootout. Zoacross looking to stamp his ticket to the main event. He does. Bryce Whelan does the same. And Edward Mora
is lagged out right now in
Yep.
fourth.
And he's
First
down.
down
He's
at the
down.
line.
Bachelet is going to get the spot. Mora is down before the finish line. And the Heartbreak City. Mora not going to the main event.
And looks like Jerry Robin in chat said he'll never play again if Bachelet makes it in. So it looks like Jerry Robin's never playing Sim again.
Oh, poor Jerry Robin. He also just got hurt, too. So what else is he going to do now?
That sucks to hear. I just watched his 2-stroke video the other day, too.
Chase Donovan in 7th, also not going to the East-West shootout. Josh Reed, Charlie Wade, Jake Rose, Troy Jackson. Kind of a surprise to see Tanner Rogers not going to the shootout. He already won a main event this year. Connor Peavy, Jordan Moxie, Riley Moran just got landed on by DeSalle. Cody Daw, Cale Simmerock, Matthias Janis, Tyler Lewis, Dominic Stoney, Hunter Deischer, Ivan Medina, and Taylor Bell will not be partaking in tonight's 250 East-West shootout festivities.
Festivities shenanigans.
Some people are not happy in chat.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, there's a bunch of F-bombs dropped. Let's not look at chat anymore.
Yeah, I was going to say just a warning.
All right. 450 LCQ up next, and it should be kind of a small one, so a more laid-back race. And then we will have the big ones, the shootout, and the 450 main event. We've only got 3 races left in the season. That means that we only have 41 laps left to go in the 2016 MotoOption Supercross Championship this year. It's coming to a close tonight here in Las Vegas, and here it is. Your 450 LCQ is on the gate.
I'm guessing this 41 counts warm-up laps.
No? Oh, no, it doesn't count. It would be 40.
15, 20, and 4. 39.
I was thinking 15, 22, and 4. I was thinking riders instead of laps.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
Well, let's count warm-up laps then. All right.
Heverline out front right now.
Look, Heverline grave digging his way to a hole shot.
Heverline from Oakley, Young, and Callaway. That's your top 4 into the stadium here on lap 1. 4 laps, top 4 go to the main event. Sanders and Wheeler, little dualies action right there, so I'm going to go ahead and just take a shot, right, Meow?
It looks like Wheeler. Oh, big
Sanders
pile up in front
and
of
Young
him.
down. That was Callaway right next to those guys, too.
Let's hopefully our Mr. Wheels can make it in tonight.
Yeah. It'll be the first main event of the season for Michael Wheeler.
Best way to go out. I made my only main ever at Daytona, and Las Vegas is the only one I would ever want to make. I want to see Wheels make it in. That'd be so cool. Oh, another rider down, so Oakley is getting around.
So it's Heberline leading lap 1 from Callaway, Wheeler, and Holm. And Holm making big mistakes because he's going to roll the finish line, but Doug Oakley's down on the whoops behind him anyway, so it doesn't matter. And Reed Young is upside down in the berm with Bronson Kasparian and Jacob LaRoche inside of him. Zaworski weaves his way through the whoops.
Hoffman just jumped back on track. I don't know if he was back on track, but Hoffman just jumped sideways across the finish, and August Sanders clipped him.
To be honest, this is exactly what Wheels wants right now. Everybody behind him is just wrecking and just letting him go.
Yeah. Now Holm is pretty much all alone in 4th. Next closest guy is Zaworski, who just re-entered the stadium.
Oh, and Heberlein down.
Wow. So Callaway may take the lead here with Wheels still hot on his heels.
Wheels might not only make it into his first main, might actually win an LCQ on the way.
So Heberlein gets going with Callaway right behind him, and then Wheels, as we said.
Quad God!
Wow, Wheels is busting the big lines. He raced the open class at like Dallas or something earlier this year, and we told him to just kind of cruise it in. No, he went for the quad out of nowhere and didn't make the main event because of it.
One of those go big or go home, right?
Pretty
Speaking of
much.
Quad Gods, Doug Oakley going for the Quad God line in front of Nate Zaworski.
Man, Zaworski looking solid in the hoops on his 252 smoker.
Them hoopties. But yeah, Oakley right there on him, though.
All right, let's hear that 250 purr in this corner. Oh, yeah. Just gets straight up passed by the 450. No big deal.
Like he was standing still, sadly.
Oh, Zaworski down.
Thought he was going to roll out of that, too.
He did.
Doesn't look like it's going to
He
matter,
got
though,
died.
because those guys are way behind Adam Holm.
Yep. Holm sitting at... Waiting for it to go across his top. Don't have exact time yet. Sitting at...
It's about 11 seconds right now from home.
Yeah, 11 seconds, yep.
So white flag in the air. Heberlein leads from Wheels now in second as Callaway just yarded after the hoops. He's going to get going with plenty of time, though. Callaway and the Whoops tonight are not friends. That's the third time we've seen him either off the track or down right before the finish line.
Well, there goes Doug Oakley in the whoops.
So Michael Gonzalez is the last faithful guy to try to make it in. But he's a ways back from Jesse Callaway.
Oh, yeah.
I'm loving this. Seeing Wheeler in second. Oh, a little sketchy. He's got it, though.
Looking good though. Luke Heberlein gonna bring this one down though. 9th in points. He's gonna go to the main event tonight.
See if Wheels goes for the quad again. Nope.
Nope. Heberlein
Ooh.
takes a win in the LCQ. Wheels is gonna be good to go in second. Smooth in the whoops. Looking really good in the whoops actually. And Holm is third. He's into the main event. And Callaway tiptoeing in his Jordans through the whoops is going to the main event.
Did you say Jordans or jorts?
Jordans.
Both.
Yeah, both. There you go. That's a good idea. Jordans with your jorts on. Jacob LaRoche should end up 6th. Hoffman's going backwards on the track, looking to get himself a nice band before outdoors. Doug Oakley somehow saved himself from going over the bars. The Colonel, August Sanders, is magic manning his way through the whoops now. He's going
Who's
so
getting a
fast through
ban
the
for
whoops.
outdoors?
Yeah, I just saw Hoffman going backwards on the track.
Shocker!
All right, Bronson Gasparian, in his final attempt ever at making a Race Factory Gaming main event, is not going to the main. So, good career for Gasparian, but he's done for the night and forever.
Oh, I think we need to make another retirement video.
Yeah, we
tonight,
do.
boys.
All right. That's what I'm talking about.
I don't know, is Bronson worthy of playing There Goes My Hero?
No. We don't need that on the stream, Byron.
No, not on the stream. I'm going to make a separate video. Like kind of what I did for Dennis when he retired.
If you want, I don't really care. It's up to you, man. Dennis
No, I
came
mean,
back
like-
immediately, though, so.
Yeah, I know. I just more do it for the comedy gold.
I just want to hear the motocross stuff.
I want to hear them
motocross
dirt
stuff.
scooters go around that damn track.
I just want to hear the motocross stuff.
All right, guys. Connor Lynn's 19th gate pick. Tyler Schmidt, roughly 13th gate pick, let's go with. Seabolt, 10th gate pick or 9th gate pick. Or actually, 7th or 8th gate pick. Who's going to win this East-West shootout? Who's
Craig
going to win all
Leak.
these prizes? Craig Leak.
Actually, you know what? No. Colton Mitchell. He's going to do it.
Underdog, just throwing it out there.
Colton Mitchell. All these prizes, one of
Colton
them could
Mitchell
be...
has nothing to lose. He's going fast, and he's been playing the track a lot.
That's a good point. One of these prizes on your screen right now will be going to the winner tonight of the East-West Shootout, brought to you by versus-pc.com. They're going to be handing out one of these 4 prizes, the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 960, an entry-level Z170 motherboard and DDR4 RAM package, or an Corsair H-Series cooler, or an Intel Skylake i5 6600K processor. One of
Tyler Schmidt is in gate 4.
beautiful prizes will be going to the winner of our East-West Shootout tonight. Tyler Schmidt is in gate 4, as Byron just said. This is the warm-up lap for the final 250 main event of the season. Tyler
I honestly
Schmidt,
cannot wait for this.
yeah, Tyler Schmidt and Connor Linz still going at it for the championship. And a lot of prizes on the line for the winner of tonight's East-West Shootout. So we're about to find out just who could win this thing. Byron thinks Colton Mitchell. We got Josh Williams, Dominic Tiberino, Daniel Mills, Connor Linz, Jordan Foster, Yannick Mueller, Brian Berg, Dylan Copeland, Nick Uzik, Chase Blakely, Russ Chapman, Clement Lana, Stefan Guido, Tyler Schmidt, Daniel Batchelor, Connor Holiak, Bryce Whelan.
Just so you guys
Leak,
know,
Red
Colton
Heather.
Mitchell is on Connor Lynn's advanced stability. So, God, the way they corner is so unreal. They don't let off the gas.
All right.
So I'm calling Colton Mitchell for the win. I'm going to watch Tyler Schmidt 3 gates in from the box.
I want to watch Tyler Schmidt, but I can't find him.
I'm going with Seabolt on
There he
this one.
is.
I want to see him come out and see if he's the best out there for 250, so I'm excited.
It's the 250 East-West Shootout brought to you by versus-pc.com. Into turn
Tyler
1,
Schmidt
Tyler
rips the whole
Schmidt
shot.
rips the whole shot going into turn 1. Your points leader in the East gives exactly the start he needs tonight in the main event as he leads Daniel Mills, and that looks like Jordan Foster up to the inside in second place on the Verb Moto ride into the stadium. It is Schmidt with the whole shot on the 94. Mills second, Mills in third, Lana fourth. Craig Leak, Seabolt right there, Fred Heather, Blakely, Mueller, Holiak, Copeland, Mitchell. There's Linz. He's in about 11th, it looks like, right now. And he needs to get up there and challenge Tyler Schmidt as Jordan Foster goes for the lead, and he just takes out Tyler Schmidt and himself. Very aggressive
Seabolt
for
down
early
in
in the
that
race, and Seabolt is down. Does Linz get through this mess? It looks like he's going to on the left side of the track there. We just missed him. There he is.
Right now we got Lana out front, Mills, and Schmidt right now, your top 3 after all the carnage.
So Linz is only 2 spots behind Schmidt as they cross the line on the opening lap here.
Seabolt back to 8th.
And Linz is up to 4th right now. Remember
We
Schmidt.
totally ruled out Clement Lana.
Yeah, Schmidt just needs to finish top 5 to win this championship. And Lana is on his way out front here. He won at San Diego 2 earlier this year, the only other rider not named Seabolt to win a 250 West main event. Oh man, Mills second. There's Schmidt in third. He's ahead of Linz. Linz has got to get going and go win this main event. He's down!
Oh, Linz is off the bike.
He's going to get passed by one rider. There's 2. There's Seabolt going by. And then a host of other riders.
Man.
Back to 9th, it looks like. Maybe 10th. No, Blakely not through yet. And
there's
Seabolt.
another stack up.
And Linz is caught up in that one. That's Leak. And there's more riders trying to go through. As Tiberino Linz is down again. He got hit by Craig Leak. He's all the way back in about 12th, 13th maybe. Fred Heather, he's in 11th actually.
Well, all
Tyler
that's happening,
Schmidt up to
is
second.
just,
Daniel Mills crashed in the
gone.
whoops.
Wow.
Linz is watching this championship now slip away from him. It was going away in the heat. He pulled it back in the LCQ. He had Schmidt in his sights, and he just made a big mistake, and it might cost him the championship here. So
Tyler
Lana,
Schmidt has Connor Holiak breathing down his neck. Well, not breathing down his neck just yet, but Holiak's a coming.
yeah. Oh, Schmidt, a little mistake here at the end of the rhythm section, and yeah, that allowed Holiak to close right in as Lana just continues to gap the rest of the field. Schmidt, knowing he's not going to win this East-West shootout from his position, may just let Holiak go here.
Yeah, Holiak's pushing really hard right now.
Oh, Schmidt, big mistake entering the whoops. It ends him in a wrong line. And Holiak side by side over the finish line. Schmidt just straight airs it. Holiak gets the spot.
Hey, that doesn't matter.
He's still in a championship winning position. Here is your West champion, Jeremy Siebold. So a West rider.
Connor Lin's off the bike yet again.
He's back here in the bull corner before the whoops.
15th.
And there's riders down in the whoops ahead of him, but he's going to be clean.
Now Lynn's just absolutely letting it all fall apart.
Oh, oh my gosh. Rider's down and he has to hop over the bales right there. Oh, he's down again. High side's coming back into the stadium. A big swap. Oh, he's got, that looks like Batchlet maybe he took with him. Eggs, bacon, grits, Batchlet is on the ground. And Lana continues to lead, so it goes west.
Oh, Tyler Schmidt
east.
having troubles. He's on the bike still.
All right, so he gets up with Siebold right behind him.
Hops on right in front of
Here's our
Siebold.
2 red plate holders. Schmidt hasn't wrapped up the title yet. Siebold already has. I was just about to say it goes west, west, east, east, west inside of our top 5 right now.
Is honestly what I was kind of excited about. Whoever was going to win the championship, plus, of course, Siebold together. So this is exactly what I was hoping for tonight. I'm really excited to see what Siebold has for him.
Meanwhile, Clement Lana still kind of trucking away. Up front is Connor Holiak. Oh, wow, what a moment he had there. He endoed off the first Dragon's back, and he kind of rode the front wheel. Ended up saving it, though. How about Daniel Mills up in 3rd?
Yeah, Mills is riding a really great race so far. Lana is just trying to
here's
cruise and
Siebold
check
on him.
out.
Diebold up to the right side of Schmidt.
Are we going to have dualies?
Do I see dualies?
Oh, dualies! I'm taking a shot right now for that.
Take a shot, Kellen.
Woo! All right. This main event is proven to be awesome. If only Linz is up in this battle. He's down in 14th right now. And surely somebody is telling Tyler Schmidt exactly where Linz is at all times, so he can kind of just take it easy.
That's how I was when I was in my championship race. The only thing I wanted to know besides where I was where Tyson was.
Yep. I can see that.
And then in about lap 15, I knew it was all going to be all right when I lapped Tyson. Oh, man. What times those were.
So Lana working lap 6, going almost on the lap 7 here. He gets around Daniel Batchlet. Connor Holiak actually kind of reeling him in a little bit. And D Mills is starting to receive some pressure from the champ, Jeremy Siebold.
Tyler's about to...
Batchlet just came on track right in front of Siebold. That was close.
Is Batchlet going to cut all the way across?
Mills is over the bars and
crashing
the
in
whoops.
the whoops.
So we got a West 1, 2, 3 now with Siebold in 3rd now. Schmidt is the top
Connor
East
Holiak to the lead.
Oh, Lana was just down entering the stadium.
Yeah, Lana was down in the sweeper.
And now Siebold, he's still got a great chance of winning this thing here.
Yeah, we aren't even halfway through this shindig.
Taking a look.
Connor Linz getting passed for 18th.
Wow.
He just ran a 101.3. But man, now he's going his sprint speed, and he cannot. I don't think Linz can maintain that sprint speed.
Yeah, I don't think so either. He might kind of just be freaking out a little bit. Just watching this championship slip away from him as Tyler Schmidt continues to just ride smooth laps here in 4th.
Yep. Tyler Schmidt did exactly what he needed to do. That race hinged on a start, and Schmidt ripped it.
Yeah, but it's also kind of surprising that, I mean, Linz was in a great spot there in 4th, and he just blew it. I mean,
Yeah.
Just straight out, made a big mistake at the end of the rhythm section, jumped wide and tried to land wide open to keep it going, and immediately off the bike. So Schmidt on his way to claiming his first Race Factory Gaming Championship in his 5th year competing, as Connor Holiak just lapped Connor Linz. That just shows you the kind of night Connor Linz is having, folks.
Yeah, poor Linz. I was, excited to see him come back into the main tonight, and then just after the performance he's had, can't help but feel sorry for him for the night.
Yeah, it's a rough one. And this battle for second is starting to heat up a little bit more as Seabolt is starting to reel in his championship counterpart, Clement Lana.
Mitt just had his first fall-off crash of the main event. There he is down in the rhythm section.
Yeah, and he got passed by Colton Mitchell in the process, so he's back to 5th.
At this point, Schmidt does not care.
Nope. Let's go on board now with the number 1 rider, Jeremy Seabolt, coming back into the stadium. He's right behind the number 40 of Clement Lana. Good battle between these two West riders. Oh, Lana down. He goes over the bars and the Dragon's back. So Seabolt, he moves up into the number 2 ride, and there he is lapping Connor Linz. Oh, Lana's still down after the Dragon's back here. So Mitchell's going to move by. Is Schmidt going to get it as well? Yep, Schmidt gets the spot.
All right. This is, 2 West riders still going to be going at it for the lead, but see if Seabolt can't run down Connor Holiak.
Clement Lana and Tyler Schmidt just threw dualies, so I'm going to go ahead and take a shot while we take a look at Connor Holiak leading his way back into the stadium. Ah, so good, so fresh. And speaking of so good, you might want to head over to racetech.com, get your suspension revalved or even your oil changed.
What is this suspension? Connor Linz just got a fall off jumping into the stadium. Literally jumped, landed, and fell off.
But we're going to give you guys a Race Tech Top 10 rundown as Connor Holiak, Team Verb Moto. Number 52 leads the East-West shootout here from Jeremy Seabolt, number 1W on the ART Reflex Designs. In second, Colton Mitchell, the 831 Team Splitfire ride, sits in third with Clement Lana on the number 40 EMC Concept Graph ride. He's about to get passed, though, as Tyler Schmidt passes him and takes him down. So Schmidt on the TBR ride, number 94, the red plate holder in the East, moves up into 4th. And Lana gets going still in 5th. Daniel Mills on the double Aaron Motorsports ride runs in 6th. Dominic Tiberino, Team TBR, runs in 7th, number 77. Number 513 of Fred Heather for Premier Racing Development runs in 8th, with Chase Blakely of the Mainline Coffee Co. ride in 9th. And rounding out your top 10 was your heat winner, Craig Leake of the Verb Moto team. And that has been your Race Tech Top 10 rundown for the 250 East-West shootout here in Las Vegas. I am taking a shot of schnapps, so that's why it's very fresh, because it's peppermint. I know you're not really supposed to take shots of that, but whatever. YOLO.
What's the reasoning behind not supposed to take shots of that?
It's better with mixed drinks.
Ah.
As are most hard liquor, but
yeah,
vodka you can like legit take shots of and just get away with it, so.
Tyler Schmidt just lapped Connor Linz.
Wow.
And took him out in the process.
Poor Connor Linz. Just not the night he wanted to have at all. Had been riding a really hot streak coming into this, had won 3 of the last 4 races. Pulled the championship as close as it got.
As Schmidt crashes in the sweeper, but again at this point, who cares?
Yeah, he's going to wrap up the title no problem with Linz will clear down in 17th. Linz isn't even going to earn enough points to even think about closing it in.
Yep.
So a very, very rough night, unfortunately, for Connor Linz. But a very, very good night for Connor Holiak on this Team Verb Moto ride after that suspension earlier in the year, missed the entire West Coast Championship. But he came back for a vengeance, proved that he's back to race for good here in this 250 class, maybe carry some momentum in the outdoors. Of course, Holiak is was a member of the winning 2014 Motocross Simulator of Nations team for the USA. So pretty good outdoor rider himself. He's going to have 2 laps to go next time by the flag stand. He's trying to hold off Jeremy Seabolt. Colton Mitchell clear back here in third. He's got a long ways to go to catch those guys. It's pretty much a Holiak versus Seabolt race at this point, but really not even that, as Holiak has got a good, comfortable lead to work with. So Mitchell, the top East Coast rider, sits on the podium in third. Schmidt in fifth, another East rider. Mills in sixth, another East rider. Tiberino doesn't have a coast designation since he raced no 250 races this year. He's actually not supposed to be in this race. Fred Heather, East rider. Chase Blakely, East rider. Russ Chapman, West rider. So of the top 10, there is 5 East and 4 West, and 1 shouldn't be in the race.
Holiak having to roll the finish line and going down.
Yeah, and he's mixed up. That looked like maybe with Fred Heather there. He's lapped up pretty far as Seabolt.
White flag in the air, though.
Yeah, Seabolt has closed in quite a bit here. Holiak has got to have a good, clean last lap. There are some lappers still in the way between Holiak and this victory, and Seabolt is charging, man. He's got 2 lappers in between him and Holiak, but it's not over yet.
Nah, looks like Holiak's going to make it through to the finish clean.
You can see Seabolt just off in the distance of our screen there. He is charging.
And there it is. Tyler Schmidt just clinched the championship, crossing the finish line.
Wow.
As soon as Fred Heather crosses the finish line, it is over. Because even if, for some reason, Tyler Schmidt gets hit offline, he will finish 11th. And more importantly, Connor Lins will not.
Meanwhile, Connor Holiak is going to bring it home, and he wins the 250 East-West Shootout, brought to you by Versus-PC.com. Holiak takes home the $250 prize package from Versus-PC.com. Seabolt just misses out, 3.2 seconds back. Your top East rider.
It is over.
Your top East rider is going to be Mitchell.
Colton Mitchell in third. The turn bars are coming.
And here it is. The turn bars are coming indeed. Tyler Schmidt rode a great season. 2 wins on the season. Very, very consistent. Only missed 1 main event. And Tyler Schmidt is your 2016 250 East Supercross champion. Daniel Mills ends up 5th. Dominic Tiberino in 6th. Clement Lana led for a little while at the beginning there. He's going to end up back in 7th. Russ Chapman 8th here. And then Blakely will round out the finishers on the lead lap as he comes across 9th. Leak was 10th. Cuts are in. It looks like top 10 stays the exact same. Heather 11th, Foster 12th, Copeland 13th, Lins ends up 14th. Championship out the door after that one. Guido, Berg, Cross, Williams, Bachelet, Usyk, Whelan, Mueller. That is everybody in the 250 East-West Shootout. So in the end, we had, let's see, 1 West, 2 West, 1 East, 2 East, 3 East, 3
Before we get
West.
started with this 450 main, I am going to pee real quick. I will be right back after
4
this.
West, 4 east. And Leak was on the west, I think. So that would be more west than east. 5 west riders, 4 east riders, and 1 undetermined in 6th. And the west riders won the main event, so I would say that the west ended up being the best, if that's how you're going to go by it this year.
Buddy joined your channel.
Nate joining in on the booth. He's holding it down in chat tonight. I'll go ahead and give him talk power, though he doesn't usually like to talk too much. He's kind of a quiet guy. We're getting ready for this.
Granted.
We're getting ready for this 450 main event, though. Byron said he had to go take a pee. We're still waiting for Kyle Robb to load in. I'll give you guys a rundown on the runners in this main event tonight. We got Tyson Fresquez, Brandon Berg, Jesse Calloway, Jesse Mullen, Zach DeBuy, Michael Wheeler, Race Carlin, Kyle Robb, Peter Lyke, Adam Holm, Tyler Crane, James Armstrong, Dade Honeywell, Jack Haley, Luke Heberlein, Ryan Mahan, Jeremy Smith, Matt Burkeen, Andre Santos, Jack Fowler, Hunter Root, and Spencer Turley makes up the runners of tonight's 450 main event. This is just a warm-up lap, so don't worry, folks. That crash meant nothing.
Our third commentator has returned from his urination break.
Was it good?
It was great. Oh, I'm the 4th commentator now.
So big ups tonight to Connor Holiak for winning the 250 East-West Shootout, brought to you by versus-pc.com. And huge ups again to Jeremy Seabolt and now Tyler Schmidt for being our 2 coastal champions this year.
All right, here we go.
It's time to determine the 450 championship for the 2016 MotoOption Supercross season. Go time. Fresquez versus Root. Fresquez, pretty good gate pick. Root on the outside of the box. JLV moonwalks his way off the track for the final time. 20 laps left to go. It's time to go racing in Las Vegas.
KTM gets the whole shot.
Fresquez pulls the whole shot.
Wow, Fresquez does what
clean.
he needs to do, and he gets the whole shot. So 2 red plates end up getting the whole shot in tonight's main event. And Fresquez is ripping his way back into the stadium with Burkeen right behind him there in 2nd. And it's Fresquez with the MotoOption whole shot award. Burkeen, Santos, Carlin, Mahan, Robb, Dupuy, and then Root in 7th.
I'd say Rob and Mahan were very, very close up that ski jump. That was pretty cool to watch.
Root needs
Matt
to win.
Burkeen to the lead.
Oh, Burkeen takes the lead. Root,
I better see a front flip right here.
here it is. Nope.
Aw.
Burkeen absolutely disappointing us.
Maybe he'll do it on the finish. We'll see.
Yes, we'll stick with him.
If he wins this race, I can guarantee you he will do it off the finish line.
All right, opening lap, and Burkeen does not front flip the finish line. Fresquez comes across 2nd, Carlin 3rd, Robb 4th, Dupuy 5th, and Root now up into 6th. So Root has to go up and win this thing. He's going to get around Carlin for 5th right there. Carlin just got stood up after the bales. Dupuy trying to go to... Oh, he's trying to go to work on Robb, and he stands it up on the outside of the corner. He's down, so that moves Root up to 4th. Really, Root needs to keep as many of these guys up here as he possibly can. Fresquez, big
Tyson.
mistake.
For Tyson, a top 6 guarantees championship.
Yep, Fresquez doesn't look like he really knows what he's doing with his hands right now. He's losing touch with Burkeen, and Robb and Root are closing in. So the question then becomes, does Root get dirty with his teammate if he gets there?
Yeah, I don't know. Will be interesting to see. Lap times come across. Matt Burkeen 101.6, Tyson Fresquez 103.7, Kyle Robb 102.2, Hunter Root a 101.3, looking to be the fastest rider on the track at the moment.
Flinging back into the stadium. Robb has Root breathing down his neck as Burkeen continues to lead the way. Root looking good, charging into that corner, staying a little bit lower on the triple as well.
How about Andres Santos?
Yeah, good riding
Man.
tonight. Won his heat race, running inside of the top 5 here early.
Oh, Fresquez!
Root almost got into the back of Rob, and they are catching Fresquez. Root into P3. Rob just made a big mistake. So there is Root.
Tyson just needs to calm his farm in the Dragon's Back section.
The last 2 laps in that same section, he's had some problems.
All right, so does Root get dirty? This is where the moment is going to be decided. He's got a host of riders right behind him, so he'll do himself a big favor by taking out Fresquez.
By Santos, though, on the finish.
Yeah, that
there.
was wow.
That was a huge cut.
He cut that pole there.
Yeah, he cut the
Oh
entire
no, he
corner.
cut more than the pole. He
Yeah,
basically just rode straight.
Yeah, he landed off the entire side of the finish line and cut all the way to the straight going back out of the stadium.
So that may be penalized later on if the RF officials deem that to be too much. Meanwhile, Root is closing up on his teammate Fresquez and championship leader. This is what we wanted to see, the battle of these two. Does Root
If I
do
called it
anything?
earlier tonight, I wanted to see a points battle. It won't be quite points, but hey, 2 closest in it, so should be a good one.
And Root is closing fast.
And in the process of doing this, they're quickly closing up on Matt Burkeen.
1 flat .3 for Root last time by. 1 flat .9 out of Fresquez to respond to that. They're losing Rob right now. Look at Root swinging around the outside. Cuts back to the inside. Coming back into the stadium. He's got a good drive.
We're only on lap 5, by the way. There's still a lot of racing ahead of us.
Yeah, we're only a fifth of the way through this last 450 main event. What's going on with Hunter Root's timing gates?
Did Root just miss a timing gate? What happened?
What just happened?
I think he did. I don't know where he did,
No,
though. He's
I
been on the
don't-
track
Yeah,
the whole
no.
time.
He's going backwards.
He's going backwards, but he just took out Fresquez for... What is happening? Definitely Root has missed timing gates. He's going backwards on our pit board. He's now back to 10th.
That doesn't make sense. He never missed.
He
I was
didn't go
watching
off
him
the
on
track once, I thought.
I didn't. What is this?
What is going on? What gate did he miss? Oh man, are you kidding me?
Hunter Root just needs to keep riding right now. Cause
Yeah,
I
just
don't.
in case. They might just have to tag him where he is because he didn't cut at all.
Yeah, that's so strange.
They said Hunter timed out a TeamSpeak, or Devin said.
Look at the close team though.
Yeah, so...
They're normally
Whoa.
go invisible if there's anything like that happens.
It still doesn't look like he's actually caught the timing gate yet. Because where he disappeared on our timing and scoring, he went by it again. And it's,
Wait a minute. I think I've seen this happen before. This has happened to me.
what is going on right now?
I don't know.
It shows Root clear down in 22nd and still losing ground. We'll go back up front, apparently, to where the leaders are. It's still Burkeen from Rob, and Santos just went down, so Fresquez will get 3rd for the time being. But Root's still ahead of these guys.
Root is back. Root has come back.
Okay, so
Yep.
Root's now 2nd.
Yeah.
There we go. Finally, timing gets caught up.
I think that's something that has happened to me where my internet has cut out, and then it doesn't count anything going by. And then when it comes back, it'll do it again.
Wow. That was very interesting stuff. And that whole thing, what we lost from that was that Root absolutely dove to the inside and took his teammate out.
Oh yeah.
So he knew that it was up. Like, he swung around and just cut the line off. Oh, he's
Oh,
down.
and he goes down, yep.
The thing is, on our screens, Root looked fine, alright, but maybe it was a possibility on his screen everybody was invisible or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Normally
that's
if-
how it was for me when it happened. It was, I was basically just riding on my own. Actually, Kellen, remember Atlanta 2014 when Markham said that I killed them? When Markham said that I killed him?
Yeah, no,
I've
experienced what you're talking about before, too. I know what it is.
Yeah.
So, very, very interesting. That was almost a huge turn of events. Now Root has to focus on trying to run down Matt Burkeen for the lead. Fresquez is still in a spot to win this championship as they run, as he is in 4th. Very weird. Obviously, for those of you that may be new to MotoOption Supercross, this is not a LAN-connected game. There's people playing from all over the world right now. In fact, the runner in 5th right here, Andre Santos, is clear across the pond in Portugal right now, playing at probably about 3 or 4 a.m. for him. He's running inside the top 5 right now. Fresquez playing in Salt Lake City, Utah. Kyle Robb, Ogden, Utah. Hunter Root is from South Carolina, I think.
One of the Carolinas, somewhere
And
around there,
Burkeen-
playing a pool somewhere.
Burkeen from North Carolina. So these guys playing from all around the world right now on their computers.
Oh, Tyson got lucky.
Rob to the ground, Tyson back up onto the podium.
Wonder almost went down in the whoops too.
So Burkeen still leads. You got our top 3 in the standings are all out
In
front,
reverse
but
order.
the reverse order. Burkeen 3rd in the championship, leads from Root, who's 2nd in the championship.
Oh, Burkeen is off the bike!
Uh-oh, that's going to give Root the lead. Or will it? Burkeen going to get going? No, Root to the lead.
Oh, Burkeen shouldn't have been nice. Burkeen could have been a little bit less nice about that, and he would have still held the lead.
So Root takes the lead. Fresquez is 3rd. And he has to fall back to 6th, which is where Mahan is
7th.
right now. Oh, yeah, you're right,
Tyson
7th.
needs to finish 6th or better, because Hunter will get him on tiebreaker, but 7th place is 14 points, which will bring up the tiebreaker in the case of a Root win.
Yeah. So Carlin is in the spot that Fresquez would have to drop to. And Fresquez just went over the finish line, so Fresquez is about 2 straightaways ahead of the position that he can fall back to at the moment.
16 seconds. Nope. Oh, Ram went down. We got now.
Oh, wow, it's even
Got
further back.
Spencer Turley,
Yeah.
4th.
So Turley, Mahan, Robb, Carlin, split fire train right there with Santos still in the mix. Points as they run, just to make sense of this all. It's a 6-point gap. Root would move from 300 to 325, and Fresquez would move from 311 to 331 with his 20 points as he runs. Oh, he's up to
it'll
2nd
be
now.
It'll be an 8-point gap now.
Yeah, 8-point
Matt
gap.
Burkeen was just on the ground. Everybody from 4th back is having sexual relations after the first triple.
So Fresquez moves up to 2nd. He's in a very, very comfortable position right now to clinch this championship. While we're at it, everybody's kind of spread out a little bit. We'll go ahead and do our Race Tech Top 10 rundown in tonight's
Want me to handle
450
this
main
one?
event. Yeah, you can go ahead and take it away, Byron.
All right, up front, coming to an MX Simulator screen or a swimming pool near you, it's the Team Volcom ride of Hunter Root. In 2nd place, riding the number 21 Red Plate X Machine, looking to wrap up his 3rd MX Simulator Championship tonight and roll up about 100 blunts, Tyson Fresquez. In 3rd place, front flipping or crashing in the whoops somewhere on a Supercross track, it's the number 8 Tagger Designs Derbyers ride of Matt Birkin. 4th place out of Ohio, the number 37 Team Split Fire ride, Ryan Mahan. 5th place straight out of Germany, the Split Fire number 12 ride race, the General Carlin. In 6th place straight out of Utah, Newt rider, whatever you want to call him, the Split Fire rider Kyle Robb. 7th place coming to your local YouTube feed, the number 60 Spencer Turley. Number 8 in the just passing into the 7th place position, I'm sorry, it's the number 733 Mad Cape ride of James Armstrong, probably burning his front brake up in the corners. Just passing Turley for 8th, the TBR ride, national champion, counting down the days till Hangtown, the number 9 Jesse Mullins. And rounding out your top 10 all the way from India, running on about 400 ping, the FAMMX Race Tech ride of Jack Haley. And that is your Race Tech top 10 rundown.
Racetech.com, people. Get your suspensions
Best out there,
revalved,
bro.
get your oil checked. It's the way to go.
MX
Just get your
Simulator.
oil changed, bro.
So
Those
Root,
Pulp MXS.
yeah,
Bolt free
Bolt
MXS,
free.
bro.
no pulp and
Free.
Roy orange juice.
That's no good.
Matt Burkeen is actually closing up a bit on Fresquez.
Fresquez with the Oppo off the finish. Ooh, yeah, Matt Burkeen does his fastest lap of the race, 1 minute .5.
Burkeen on the move right now. At this point, Root's going to do everything he needed to do to win this championship tonight, but it's just going to fall a little bit short. Coming up to 7 laps to go as he's about to click off of lap 13 here in a moment. Fresquez!
Oh!
Woo! And
he
Dupuis
goes
puts him down.
No legs off, though.
That wasn't Dupuis' fault, really. It was just a very bad circumstance, and Matt Burkeen got by. So Fresquez back to 3rd. Here's Mahan and Carlin. Remember, Fresquez needs to finish 7th.
He needs to finish 6th or better. He cannot finish in 7th.
Yeah, I'm saying for Hunter Root's sake, he would have to finish 7th or worse, and this is 7th place on the track right now. Jack Haley, he's a good, I'd say 30 seconds behind Fresquez, who's leaving the stadium, about to come back into it. Looking good for Fresquez right now here with 7 laps to go. Lap 14 of 20. Oh, Burkeen, a big mistake.
Burkeen.
There's Fresquez back into 2nd.
Hunter Root all alone out front now.
Yeah. So the gap stretches back out to 8 points for Fresquez. Mahan's putting on a good charge here. He's not too far off these guys, about 1 straightaway or so back. Man, how frustrating is it for Root, though, to know that missing that race in Toronto when his computer decided to update itself or whatever happened, that he missed UID grab. I mean,
his computer got remapped.
Whatever it was,
came over and did it.
Updates.
Yeah, that's what he said.
So
I mean, computer updated and it was just crap. But whatever it was, he missed that race that night. And Fresquez looks like he's going to take this title by 8, 6 points, something like that. That's a very small margin.
Those things.
Root could have easily picked up that 6 or 8 points that he needed to possibly win the championship here tonight at that Toronto round.
Looks like Tyson Fresca is also going to clinch the versus-pc.com Triple Crown tonight.
You're right, that's still
He's
alive. Burkeen
He's going to need a couple boxes to carry all those computer parts away.
Burkeen entered the night 3 points back of Fresquez. And so Fresquez, with a couple falls here, if he falls behind Mahan and Burkeen finishes 2nd, Burkeen will win that title. The versus-pc.com Triple Crown. Ran at Daytona, Boston, and now at Las Vegas. Looks like we're going to have 3 different winners in that Triple Crown run. We had Shipley win at Daytona, Jeremy Smith won at Boston, and now Root is on his way to win in this one at Las Vegas.
Oh, Tyson Fresquez has Matt Burkin all up in his grill right now.
Yeah, we'll go on board with Burkeen here. Burkeen just ran a 1 flat .5, so he's starting to turn in his best laps of the race. Must be doing a considerable amount of sitting down right now.
This guy.
Jack Fowler, maybe that was getting out of the way.
Yeah.
Burkeen in 5th gear through the whoops.
Alexis Leclerc reincarnated.
It's always interesting to watch Burkeen ride because he never stands up.
Yeah. See if he gets a drive here to swing down to the inside of Fresquez. He's got a really good drive. Yeah, back into the stadium, side by side. Fresquez scrubs it down. Burkeen to the inside. Fresquez shuts the door. There. Fresquez is in the Davalos bales, though. Oh, he's going to get going just in time.
Just in time for Jack Haley to run into it.
That's Jack Fowler, but yeah. Mahan is going to close
I'm sorry,
up.
Jack Fowler. Sorry, Jack Haley.
Oh, Mahan just yarded.
After running a 59.9.
Dang.
That was going to be Burkeen's opportunity there to win this Triple Crown. He's putting Fresquez on the ground because he wants to win this Triple Crown.
I don't think he was doing that. I think he just wanted to give him a good pass.
Maybe, but he did. Fresquez forced him all the way off the track to do that.
Yeah, I think, well, by the time Burkeen sent the ski jump just straight, Tyson was already scrubbing it, trying to pinch the line.
Yeah.
That just had disaster written all over it.
Just brought up in chat how many championships is the record. Well, if Fresquez can win this championship tonight, he will break a tie for the record of most Supercross championships. Brian Haskell, 2010 and 2011. Tyson Fresquez, 2012 and 2013. And perhaps 2016 will be the only 3-time Supercross champion in MX Simulator.
He already broke Shaq's previous all-time.
Oh!
Oh,
Yeah.
Tyson is on the ground.
As Zaworski was just saying,
Not streak, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
win record, whatever to call it.
yeah, Shaq has 18, I think, to his credit, and now Fresquez has 23.
Wow.
So Fresquez gets up in a battle with Jack Fowler, and is that Peter Lijk, I think, right there. But he's got Mahan closing in on him, so in Burkeen's sake, this is all that he wants to see is Mahan closing this gap down. Meanwhile, Mullins is also in the mix, and Haley's not too far back either. But Fresquez
Hunter
could
Root
still
is
finish
about to
behind it.
put 7th place a lap down in about a straightaway. He has
Wow.
about a straightaway.
Fresquez is
And that-
not getting around Jack Fowler right now either.
Jack Fowler gonna run it hard. Nope.
Look at Mahan. Oh my gosh, I thought he was getting into Fowler there. That was close. Mahan is pushing hard. All over the back of Fresquez as Root's about to take the white flag. There it is, white flag in the air. It's the last lap in Vegas.
Tyson
Fresquez,
makes a
another
mistake,
mistake.
so does
Fresquez
Mayhem.
with the mistake.
So the
Mahan
versus-
gets around him.
Versus PC Triple Crown is going to go to Matt Burkeen at this
Matt
point.
Burkeen.
Meanwhile, Root is on his way to winning his 8th race of the season. Hard to believe that he's going to win almost half the races and not win this championship, but you better
Yeah.
start believing it because it's about to be true. Half a lap to go here in Las Vegas. Half a lap on the season for the 2016 MotoOption Supercross Series, presented by Race Tech Suspension.
Oh my Fresquez!
Fresquez is a little out of
Wow.
shape back here. He
was very out of shape in that on that sweeper corner. Wow. Fresquez basically was fully corked on that one. Whew.
Wow. So Root
He's
is
going
going.
somehow
triple
Ray-
now.
Root's going to win the battle tonight as he's going to be your winner. Hunter Root wins the 2016 Las Vegas Supercross. He's done
Oh!
everything he needed to do to win the championship tonight, and Fresquez is still having troubles back here. And we'll wait for it to be confirmed, but it looks like Burkeen
Fresquez
is on his
does
way.
not care.
Burkeen should be on his way to winning the Versus PC Triple Crown. And he's going to get a second here tonight. Smoothly brings it home.
With a front flip? No front flip, just a whip.
Mahan on the
Wow.
podium. But the man of the hour, the number 21, is now the only
Number
3-time
one.
Supercross champion ever in MX Simulator. Tyson Fresquez is the 2016 MotoOption Supercross champion. Wow, what a season. He wins it
Wow, good
by
job, Tyson.
only 4 points by my calculations.
Yeah, it should be 4.
Congrats, Tyson.
As Jack
I beat
Haley
him once.
Jack
back in
Haley comes
2011.
across in 5th. Jesse Mullins a 6th. And wow, Armstrong a lap, no, not a lap down. The last runner on the lead lap in 7th. Jeremy Smith 8th. Dade Honeywell 9th. Andre Santos rounds out the top 10. Spencer Turley, Race Carlin, Brandon Berg, Luke Heberlein, Peter Lijk, Jack Fowler, Tyler Crane, Michael Wheeler, Zach Dupuis, Adam Holm, Jesse Calloway, and Kyle Robb. And it's now official. Cuts are in, and Tyson Fresquez is your 2016 MotoOption Supercross Series champion. That might be the closest championship I think we've ever had in Supercross.
Definitely exciting, though. Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, very, very exciting. We will have official points tallies up in just a moment after Wheels gets a restart here and disconnects from the server, and he'll get all that stuff up in just a moment. While we do that, though, we want to give a quick shout out to everybody who has joined us this whole year with all the great streams and stuff that we've had. It's been a huge honor to stream this whole season for you guys, and thanks for all 132 of you that ended up showing up tonight. That's awesome. And yeah, can't thank you guys enough. Big shout out to all the sponsors of the series. Of course, MotoOption Clothing, a title sponsor of the series now. 5th year running for MotoOption to be the title sponsor of the series, and they wrap it up here in style tonight. Race Tech Suspension, also presenting sponsor of the series. Great stuff there. FamMX Graphics Company, the title sponsor of the Amateur Supercross Series, which you guys can catch all that action. Motoagogo will have the stream for that on this coming Sunday from Vegas. Then the
Points are now up.
presenting sponsor, Tagger Designs, in that one. We also have versus-pc.com on board with us as well. Motoagogo, Start Your Systems, Two Wheeler Graphics. And right now I'm pulling up the final results this season. So any last thoughts, guys? What do you think?
Excited for outdoors. Can't wait
Yeah.
to bring it
What
on.
an end to the series.
Yeah, great end to this one though, definitely.
Absolutely.
Interesting.
Yeah, thanks for letting me come in and commentate all these last couple of rounds. Been
More
fun.
importantly,
More fun
thank
than
you to
racing.
you guys for streaming this whole series. You know what I mean? You guys have stepped up for all of them. You know, we really thank you guys for doing it. So
Well, absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean,
no problem.
Thank you to you for doing your amateur
Yeah.
streams. I mean, the amateurs absolutely love that stuff. So,
yeah, it's been
I
a fun
even
year,
watched
and
you
we'll
stream
see what
one
happens
race.
for outdoors. So
yeah. All right, here it is, the final official results from the 2016 MotoOption Supercross Series presented by Race Tech Suspension. Tyson Fresquez claims his 3rd career Supercross championship on 329 points. Root just misses out in the end. 8 wins was not enough to Fresquez's 4 as Root falls 4 points shy of that title in the end. Matt Burkeen on 290 comes home in 3rd in his rookie campaign. Obviously the rookie of the year in the 450 class. Ryan Mahan in 4th on 229. Got 2 wins this season. Good season for Mahan. Ends up on the podium in Vegas. And Shipley just holds off Jeremy Smith for the final podium spot, or final top 5 spot in the 450 class. 188, Jeremy Smith 184. Jack Haley, Dade Honeywell, Luke Heberlein, and James Armstrong round out the top 10 of this 450 championship. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Jeremy Seabolt, your champion on the 250 West. Tyler Schmidt, your champion on the 250 East. Any final thoughts, guys?
Once again, see
Looking
you guys
at-
Sunday,
Sure.
and see you guys in 2
Let's
weeks.
take
for
it
Pro.
outside.
Sorry,
Looking
Nate,
at
go ahead. I
those,
heard you in the background there.
Looking at those points there, it's interesting to note that there is not very many, what maybe 2 guys that made every round, every main throughout the season.
Yeah.
So, was that Rukat missed 1, Burkeen missed 1 or 2 there. There's not very many people that can make every main every week, so well, it doesn't guarantee that you're gonna be winning the championship if you make all of them. As Jude shows that, I mean, he gets 2nd. Well, he missed 1, but it's not very consistent. Even if you're good at this game, that you have to try your hardest. But don't have connection issues. Don't have your computer shut down. There's just stuff like that that can work against you, but something I noticed about it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that, Nate. Well, we'll finalize this up with just showing you guys the championship prizes that are given out this year. 450 class winner Tyson Fresquez gets a Bell helmet from Tiger Designs. 2nd place, Hunter Root gets a swag pack and free shock gold valve kit from Race Tech. 3rd place gets a $40 gift card to MotoOption. 4th place in the 450 class gets a shirt and hat from Race Tech. 5th place, a shirt from Race Tech. 250 Pro, East and West, each individually. The 1st place runner, Tyler Schmidt and or Jeremy Siebel gets a free full set of semi-custom graphics from FamMX.com. 2nd place, a $40 gift card to MotoOption. 3rd place, a $20 MotoOption gift card. And Versus PC also stepped up and helped out with prizing a little bit. So the winner of the 450 Pro Class Series takes home $250 to Versus-PC.com in gift card form. And the winner of each 250 Pro Series, East and West, takes home a $125 Versus-PC.com gift card. So awesome for those guys stepping up. We already touched earlier on the East-West Shootout prizes. One of these 4 prizes will be going into the hands of Connor Holiak, your 250 East-West Shootout winner tonight. And the Triple Crown prizes. The Triple Crown won by Matt Burkeen this year. He gets to choose from one of those following packages at a value roughly $500. So that's going to do it for us this year, guys. We are done. MotoOption Supercross is in the books. 2 weeks from now, we'll kick off the outdoor campaign from Hangtown, and we hope to see you guys there. But thank you from myself, Jeremy Hinders, who helped stream it at the beginning of the season. Chris Riesenberg also helped out, but especially you guys in the booth tonight, Byron Downen, Motoagogo, and Nathan Zaworski. For Kellen Brauer here on Start Your Systems, we're signing out. Thank you guys for an awesome Supercross series.